Yo, what up? What up? Oh shit. Mm. Holla at me, man. I know y'all in here. Are y'all getting I saw y'all already liked the thing. Did y'all get the notification? Because I don't ever see my own pre-scheduled things. Do they show you my pre-scheduled things when I pre-schedule them? My pre-scheduled streams? Shout out Darkman60, shout out David Monroe, shout out Reggie, shout out MOT, shout out January Man. Dallas, what up? Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Mm-hmm. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. I'm a little late. Set my alarm. Woke up, man. I just had to get that motherfucking monster out my mouth. Take a little 5 minutes. Brush these choppers. the light strikes back, man. Shout out to Game Changer. Game Changer had the panel yesterday. Light skin women said they ain't taking this shit no more. No, sir. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Where is it? Come on. There we go. Alrighty. So y'all see what we on, right? Y'all see this shit. So, yep, you are reading that right, January man. Surprisingly, right? Surprise, huh? To show y'all, man. I know Young Thug was one of these, what's name he is, but this is why I say, man, pretty much everybody, right? Everybody, has a little bit of good in them. Like when the bad guy in the movie, there was a bad guy the whole time. And even he understands that shit's so fucked up, right? Shit's so fucked up that he's got to help the good guy out. You know, I know when Young Thug came out, he was on that weird shit. He was calling niggas his what was it, his wifey or his baby? What was he calling niggas? I think it was like wifey or baby or something shit like that. What was he calling niggas? It was weird. Hubby, that's appreciate that, E. Yeah, and lover. He was calling men hubby and lover and shit, right? And y'all know if I'm gonna show this, y'all know what's coming up next. All right. And this is why I say when motherfuckers be like, oh, you just think you some elitist and you better than everybody else and you just want to throw out. No. See, man, I understand this. Listen. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. If you're not following Dr. Claude Anderson, you should be. It's funny, man, when you say, look, I'm a smart fellow, I'm an intelligent fellow, but I know this, all right? Wisdom and intelligence is knowing that you never know, you don't know really know anything at all, and that there's nothing new under the sun. There are very, very few original ideas. Very few. It's very few things that you can think of today that haven't already been thought of by somebody else, yesterday before you. Okay. So Dr. Claude Anderson, I was listening to one of his Powernomics videos. I think it was about a couple weeks ago. And he said something really, really profound that I had said before, and that was in tune with him. And I didn't know anything about Dr. Claude Anderson until this Black YouTube space. And more specifically, I'll say within the last 2 to 3 months. So what he said was, and he's trying to explain creating a black dollar and utilizing powernomics, black powernomics, political, economic, what was it? Political, economic, was it infrastructure, all those things. You gotta look at it. I don't know. I don't have it memorized verbatim. But what he said was this. He said, even this. He said, what you have to do is even use your criminal element to bolster your movement, your assertion for and your establishment of power. The criminals, the drug dealers, the mobs, all those people back in the day, what they would do was it would be a no-fly zone for outsiders when it came to their communities. You couldn't go in the fucking Italian neighborhood and rob, steal, kill, none of that shit. You couldn't sell drugs to your own. You can be an outside entity selling drugs within that community or that demographic. And the mob bosses, or who and so on and so forth, when they saw somebody trying to get a business off the ground, they funded that business because they understood even in their wrongdoing and even in their criminality, you still need to, help your people, for the people that are actually doing something good for the sake of the race, the community, that demographic. Okay. So when you have these rappers, even the ones that at some point in time was very, very sexually ambiguous, okay, or those that are extremely, extremely violent, hoods, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and get this out the way. Let's go ahead and do this one. We're going to switch over. We'll come back to that. Everybody else has heard it. Shout out to Sly. I saw this shit on Sly's thing first. Gave me the inspiration.
Gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16, and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gonna, like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If you gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Like, don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decisions yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
And shout out to Rhonda Mary. Rhonda Mary did a what's the name on this last night, and she's the first person that, and this is why I say y'all niggas can't be on this. Oh, this is a male space and fuck these bitches and so on and so forth, man. Again, I keep telling you that the whole thing is going to, well, you know, the real essence of this is that everybody understands when shit is going too far, even those that may have gone a little far themselves. And furthermore, is that for Black people, we need to be able to pick out something and pick out the things that we can use from every one of us to help combat this shit and to help fucking make this shit real and make people see what the fuck they got going on here. Rhonda Mary said this, and I quote, Dwayne Wade is doing a campaign. I say again, Dwayne Wade is doing a campaign for the demasculation and this whole transitional situation for his son. A campaign. He's going from show to show. And even though this is why I tell you, man, even though something be right before your eyes, I seen the same thing too, and I was like, why is this dude going from show to show to show to Ellen to he was on the All the Smoke thing. He started this on a podcast, people, on a little podcast. And then what? He went to probably the largest LGBT positive and promoting platform, which is Ellen. If you didn't know it already, Ellen is the like coming out queen. If anybody wants to make their alternative lifestyle, sexuality known, and all these other things, you go on Ellen, because Ellen is probably the most famous lesbian on the planet. Correct? I could be wrong, but you know. But yep. Hey, shout out to Cyber. What's name? Once you hit fucking Ellen, bro, it's the real deal. Okay. So again, shout out to Rhonda Mary, man. But listen to this. This is where you got to start calling shit like this, man. This is a campaign. Dwayne Wade is officially either sponsoring himself or he's being sponsored by others. And all he's been talking about, mind you, this is a man who just retired from the NBA and is considered to be one of the great NBA greats. Dwayne Wade is the third best shooting guard in the history of the NBA. Dwayne Wade also has a son who's trying to follow in his footsteps. Listen to me, people. Dwayne Wade has a son who is following in his footsteps in the game of basketball, and he's pretty decent. And you don't hear this man talk anything about or encourage his son that is following in his footsteps in the craft that he mastered and he's legendary for. Instead, shout out to Big Poke Dog. All he wants to do is talk about the sexuality of his 12 or 13-year-old son. What did I keep telling y'all, man? They're after your sons, and you can't trust these damn celebrities because these celebrities are bought and paid for, and they're part of the whole fucking bullshit, man. They're part of it. This dude done let Gabrielle Union come around and push this and promote this this alternative lifestyle thing for his son, and to the point of where, man, you're gonna call your son at the age of 12 and 13, man. And I don't know, I haven't seen it where he's officially. Well, Ty City, this is different. Ty City, it's a little different, bro. It's a little different because it's still that way. I'm pretty sure Dwayne Wade wasn't a person to introduce this to his son. His son saw this from somewhere else. And there's studies and plenty of data to show this, that a lot of these kids are going, especially this T route. The T route, the T variety of the alternative lifestyle, man, is the most overrepresented. And let me give y'all these numbers real quick. Let me do this for y'all, man, so y'all know for sure. Let me pull this back up. Let me go ahead and pull this back up so we can get and see what we can get on Mr. Young Thug here shortly too. But what's happening, man, is that, yeah, listen. Who says this about their son, man? Again, that's what I'm telling you, bro. This is programming, man. They're doing this, and they're going all in as hard as they possibly can to somehow make you and convince you that these children don't have a choice in this. This is just the way they are. When you get to see, let me bring up some of the data on this. Let's see, total American population. 327.2 million as of 2018. Let me see. Where is it? When I did this math, man, they lie to you and tell you that it's like %6 of the U.S. adults identify as transgender. That is false. My bad, 0.6%. And it's actually lower than that. It's actually lower than that if you go ahead and you do the raw math yourself. Let me see. So according to this latest thing that I've seen now, in 2016, it was approximately 0.6% of adults in the United States identified as transgender. This translates to just over 1.3 million adults. Meanwhile, in 2017, LGBT statistics by GLAAD, remember, hey, GLAAD is the official experts of this movement. Remember when I gave y'all, who remembers, put a one in the chat if you remember my overrepresentation, my overrepresentation stream about LGBT, specifically the T's in entertainment. Put a one in the chat if you remember that. Cool. All right. So what happens is when GLAAD tells you this shit, this is the real deal. Okay. Of course, they're going to give you a little over to make it overrepresent themselves. But listen to this key thing right here. Okay. Meanwhile, in 2017, statistics by GLAAD reported that an estimated 3% of the U.S. population identify as transgender across various age groups. You see that? You see how they changed it up? You see how they let's see, 6.6, we're going to 3, somewhere like 7 point something times. Okay. No, my bad. Five times. I'm tripping. Fuck wrong with me. So 5 times. So to multiply this by 5, give it a 5-time increase. A 5-time increase over a year's time What did they do? In 2016, approximately 0.06% of adults in the United States identify as transgender. This translates to just 1.3 million adults. Meanwhile, in 2017, an estimated 3% of the U.S. population identify as transgender across various age groups. How many times I got to tell y'all, man? They are after your sons. If you can destroy the ultimate representation of masculinity, anything else can be destroyed also. And it goes back to what, like I said, one of my main premises I'm gonna keep coming back to this year, focusing on is the why. The fucking absence, the banning, the discouragement of black fathers in households. And you say, oh, well, hold on. Dwayne Wade is a black father. Dwayne Wade is a black father, so on and so forth. Again, Dwayne Wade is not regular. And Dwayne Wade is bought and paid for. Dwayne Wade is doing an agenda. Brandon L., preach, brother. Not possible. Not possible. It's not. But what we've seen outside of Dwayne Wade is a huge influx of the LGBT and alternative lifestyle representation by who? Young black men and young black boys. Because basically you're flooded by all of this feminine energy. You don't have a dad around. And you're not giving your son any type of pushback when he comes out here and he declares that he's somehow in the wrong body or that he likes things of the same sex. Again, am I against alternative lifestyle people and them doing what it? Nope, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, and shout out to Pastor Troy, if and when you're in my household, you're going to follow by my rules. Okay? Just like back in the day, and I guess this again, when you let the state have too much power over you and your household, eventually you can't. What can't you do? You can't make rules in your own house. When you let the state into your household and you let the state make all these laws and things, and I'm all for children's protection. I'm all for the well-being of children. I'm all for the nourishment of children. I'm all for putting a child in the best possible situation. This is why I said what? A child should be planned for. Part of child planning is what? A two-parent household. And if not a two-parent household, at least a child being had between two people that are mature enough and care enough about each other enough or wise enough to put aside their own differences to, again, parent together for the betterment and the best possible outcome of their child or children. But far too often, just like it's been proven, not scientifically, but historically, and people are, you got idiots still denying this, man. You got idiots still denying the fact that black women chose the government and took these pieces of silver over the black family and the black man. You got people still claiming that this is a myth. It's not. There are scholars who have confirmed this and did papers, did exposés, did plenty of things to prove this. Men and women. This ain't just the men saying this. Women have said it. Women also. That the black woman chose the government assistance, food stamps, government housing, and all these things over the man. Exactly, Paul Davis. Yep. And now you're getting to see the reaping of what she sowed. The chicken's coming home to roost. The harvest coming to grow, to be fucking to harvested, right? So when you take the man out of a household, you pretty much stunt a man for life. Let me say this again. When you take a man, father, out of the household, and there's not a father there, you're going to handicap and arrest the development of a man for his life. Speaking here from personal experience, this is how and why we end up with so many black men with kids out of fucking wedlock, because they were never taught dick discipline by a father. They were never ever understood and told that, hey, you are the prize. Your motherfucking semen is literally worth more than its fucking weight in gold by the ounce. You understand that? Your genes, your genetics, all these things. Shout out to all you niggas that did the not 23andMe. What's the other at ancestry.com. Shout out to all you motherfuckers that did the ancestry.com find your heritage shit. What did they 23andMe and ancestry.com just get caught up doing? What did they just get caught up doing? Iman, hey, that's cool, brother, but hey, we not mentioning them, man. This ain't about them. No mentioning them motherfuckers, man. That's over with. That fun, and I have that fun if and when, but don't mention them motherfuckers, bro. Shout out to Techie, man. Shout out to Gear. Yep. Not just information, Techie. Be more specific for me. Gear Net Zero. Be more specific for me. What were they selling, Techie? What were they selling? I need to see that key. Oh my God, there we go. They are literally using your DNA in the production of medicines, serums, cures, vaccines. All these Hidden Colors niggas and shit. Remember when they came out of Hidden Colors and they told you, oh, they want the black organs first. That's they steal all your black organs. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember that? Shit, what's better than organs, bro? They don't. That's why I told y'all back then. Maybe Hidden Colors like over 10 years old, so it may have been a little accurate. But now y'all understand they can make organs in a fucking, and they've been doing it for years now. They can make organs like from fucking, like in a dish. They can make organs in a fucking petri dish. They're having animals be birthed outside of a womb. La Morena, yep. Hey, but you know what? There's no need for you to donate shit. They get your DNA. They get your DNA structure. They can just make it. You know how? Another thing too. What's another thing that helps them not need you? What's another thing that helps them not need you? If they have your DNA structure and they have stem cells and they have enough genetic material, just raw genetic material, what do they look? Yeah, bro. The game has been on, black people. While we out here, talking this shit and worried about this, that, but it's really real out here, man. I told y'all, bro. They're making chimeras, bro. Shout out to Mr. Pump Dump. Shout out to Fantastic Records. Appreciate you, man. Clones, that's been done too. But listen, no. Listen. Are you guys aware of the story of the what's it called? What's the motherfucking abortion motherfuckers? What's the name? Planned Parenthood. Are you guys aware of the Planned Parenthood thing that was raided and they said over 20,000 fetuses? I say again, over 20,000 fetuses. You know how much genetic material that is, man? Stem cells and just pure, unadulterated and unbothered. This ain't like y'all that got fucking years upon years of drug use, cigarette smoke, eating unhealthy, all of that shit. Why not get the purest fucking source? And black women, that's why we tell you when you guys 20 million fetuses over however many years, man. Come on, man. Look, listen, that's why I can't. And it's not a whole beat up on black women thing, but when you guys make the decision and you don't manage your vagina well, you go out here, you get pregnant by a man that has nothing to offer, by a man that you didn't plan on staying with long term, and you have that son, and you raise that son without a positive man in his life for 18 years. Now this man's 18 years old. You're a woman. You're not going to let him hang around. You're going to throw him out into the world. He's never been taught anything about economics. He's never been taught anything about manhood. He's never been taught anything about a ruling mentality. Shout out to Chronicles. He's never been taught anything about power. He's never been taught about power. Now he's out here on his own at 18 years old trying to figure everything out as he goes along. What kind of man do you expect out of that? What kind of man do you expect out of that? When it comes to a black man, I can tell you eventually he'll be something great because the majority of us, that's how we come out. We have to go through our teens, 18 and 19, up to probably 25 years old, trying to figure this shit out. Being fucking pussy hounds, being simps, thinking that the number one fucking goal in life is to put your penis in a bitch's vagina. Not understanding the power dynamic of if I'm as successful as I can possibly be, the pussy gonna come. Because you never had a man to tell you that. All you've been and all you've seen for 18 years of your life is what? Your mama. Your mama. She done made excuses for your mistakes. She was never a physical threat to you when you get to be 15, 16 years old and you start staying out all late at night and so on and so forth, and you pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to do because she can't whoop you. She can't cause any physical harm to you. She's never ever held you accountable because she haven't held herself accountable. You might have seen her, you probably seen her dealing with this dude, that dude, so a dude that didn't stick around and stay around. So now you don't really even have a value of women yourself. Shout out to D-Mac, man. Thank you, D-Mac, for the cash out, brother. Yep. Omega Dreads, hoism, bro. And then somehow this man is expected to be not only law-abiding, successful citizen, and productive man. He's got to do all of this without ever having the proper tools put in his toolbox. Okay? Not having the proper tools put in his toolbox. I tell y'all, man, all the time, bro. I've been in the military for 16 plus years, bro. You know how many grown ass dudes I done seen come into the military and they don't know lefty loosey, righty tighty. Motherfuckers that's never ever touched a wrench in their life. Never touched a ratchet and socket. Couldn't explain combustion to you to save their lives. Never even changed their own oil in their car. Changed their own tire, man. You understand that? These are what? All things that you were taught by your father. These were requirements for manhood in American society. Let's not even go back to way back where motherfuckers had to go kill a motherfucking buffalo or some crazy shit, right? Rites of passage like that on some savage shit. Yeah, Suleiman guys, this shit is scary, man. But you know what they can do? They can hop on YouTube. They can watch all of these things and get inundated and programmed with all of this. Oh, your alternative lifestyle, your alternative lifestyle, your alternative lifestyle. Get bombarded with all these things. See the friends around them. And another thing too, man. Man, are y'all aware, bro? When it comes to these other men, bro, dudes are just giving up on manhood. That's another thing too. A lot of these dudes are giving up on manhood. They see how hard it is to be a man in this society. So why not just become a woman? Last week, man, I went to the laundromat on Sunday. I saw this white dude. White dude was every bit of 6'1", so on and so forth. Had his hair in a ponytail. Had a shawl. Had on that shawl. What y'all know about a shawl? Put a one in the chat if you know what a shawl is. Buddy had on a shawl, y'all. A shawl. A whole shawl. With his legs crossed, reading a book, and eating like some fucking, what's the name of some shit. And I just looked at him, man. You know, I looked at him, I shook my head. I looked at him, shook my head. Dude, like, could have been a fucking a baseball dude at some point, or he looked like he had an athletic build. He was like 6'3". Then I went to the mall. We went to the mall this weekend, and I see this dude. This nigga had to be 6'6". I didn't get real close to him, so he was at least my height or taller, and some leggings, or over sweater, again with the fucking ponytail, walking in the fucking Torrid to go to work. Again, when the most physically advantageous of you, when the tall men, and I see the same thing with these black dudes, bro. Every time I see these black dudes, shout out to motherfucking AJ Johnson. Or EJ, my bad. EJ Johnson, right? EJ Johnson. EJ Johnson is like as tall as Magic. You're the son of one of the most dominant and one of the most the greatest basketball players to ever touch a basketball, man. And this dude is in transition mode or some shit. And that just further proves, again, you can't trust these celebrities. Can't trust these celebrities, man. These dudes giving their sons up, bro. They're giving them up. I saw a dude around that height in high heels. Lord Jesus. Trip part was dudes was trying to holler at him. Wow. Whoa, wait a minute. No, sir. Violation. Whoa, get him out of here. Yep, Charles Merchant, both of Zeke's sons, somehow. Two of them double up. And again, I gotta give my disclaimer. This is not to shame. This is not to denigrate. This is not against the LGBT community, alternative lifestyle community. Whatever you want to do, you do. That's your right as a human being, as your right as an American citizen. Your sexuality is your thing. But what I want to tell you is this: your sexuality also should be your business. Your sexuality also should not be able to be forced upon children. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Let me pull this up. And what you guys don't understand, man, is that they had a whole expose on this. I think it was a documentary on HBO or Showtime or something like that. One of these channels. Shout out to Milton T. Jackson. I saw a grown man who was wearing stockings and open-toe high heels this weekend in the mall. Man, it's getting scary out here, man. It's getting scary out here. But yeah, man. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we get to the point, man, of where you got to start understanding and realizing that it's American society that's pushing this upon our children. And American society is allowing it. Why? Because these alternative lifestyle, they got deep pockets, bro. This alternative lifestyle movement group shit, bro, they not playing around. I tell you again, it's a reason why they got everything they could have possibly wanted and pretty much anchored themselves and made themselves a cornerstone of the direction of American politics, American standards, American ideology. Anytime, man, you can come along. Listen, bro, you know how strong you got to be, how much motherfucking weight you got to have to challenge gender. Just think about that. You know how much of a fucking heavyweight you got to be to say, nope, boys aren't boys, girls aren't girls. Something that's been a scientific fact before there was science. Something that's been a fucking an absolute unchallengeable fact before any fucking science was ever created. Now you can question it. Oh, well, you know, gender is a spectrum, and you know, it's really a way of thinking, and it's like a role. It's not really a thing, you know. It's like, and it's like, wow, bro. And you know what? I blame us. Because again, as you know, it's the human thing. It ain't just for black folks, it ain't just for white folks, it ain't just for Indians. It's a human, bro. People are going to push and they're going to give every inch you take them. And when you enable and you don't fucking, this is why you whoop your kids. I know y'all almost, oh, you shouldn't whoop your kids and something. Look, listen. Hear me. After talking don't work after such a long time, man, what is life's greatest teacher? Someone give me an answer. What is life's greatest teacher? Appreciate that, man. Yeah, please hit the like button, man. Like the stream, please. Nope, not tragedy. Beth, be more specific. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for, Beth? Pain. Thank you, pain. There we go, Beth. That's pain. Pain is life's greatest teacher, whether it be physical pain, whether it be emotional pain, whether it be mental or psychological pain. It's some shit that you gonna go through and you don't went through in life that'll tell you that's gonna hurt you so bad, man. You say, I'll never do that shit ever again. I'll never do it again. And again, I'm not promoting child abuse. I am not. I'm not saying, go out here and beat your motherfucking kid with a 2x4 or with an extension cord or with a goddamn iron. None of that shit. Okay? There's a reason why. Shout out to who was that? Game Changer. Your glute is the largest muscle on your body. Your glutes are the largest muscle on your body. All right? That ass is put back there for a reason. Mind you, we didn't say fat, we said muscle. So that muscle can take a nice little or not even that. My uncle, rest his soul, said that I was just, as a kid, I was infatuated with the stove. I guess it was the bright light and seeing that, the electric stove, how it light up and then glow, right? Whenever my grandma would turn the stove on, I would come running, and I want to touch that bright light. And he said my grandma will always save me. He said my grandma will always save me. He said until one day he said, nope. He stopped my grandma. He grabbed her. My grandma tried to fight him to get away. And he said, no, he got to learn. He got to learn. He got to learn. You know what? I touched that motherfucking stove. And I never touched the stove again. See, sometimes you gotta you tell your kid, hey, stop running in the house. You're not paying attention to where you're going. You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And of course, you assess it as a man. Okay. All right, you go run into that door. You're gonna run into that door. Boom. Nope. Shut up. What did I tell you? And again, men have even a better understanding of children, man. Men are, this is why you need logic, and this is why you need the lack of emotionality. Paul Davis, you would have learned too. It actually would have been better for you because with a gas stove, you wouldn't. It's not gonna burn you as quick as the open flame's not gonna burn you as quick as that damn that metal fucking coil. That metal coil go burn, nigga. That flame, you gonna feel the heat, and you can put your hand in there fast enough to pull it back, right, without getting burnt. But you touch that goddamn coil, you touch that electric coil, nigga. Yeah, you gonna have that blister. But yeah, man, men even have a you're gonna have a understanding of children when it comes to a child's reaction to the people around him. Man, I seen my son, my both of them. But boys are always wild, man. Boys are always wild. My oldest son, man, used to have me and his, well, no, I don't think we were together at the time. Were we together at the time? No, we had just stopped dealing with each other. So they had bunk beds. Shout out to MOT, bunk beds, nigga. They had bunk beds. My twins, the boy and the girl. And man, I don't know how or why, but I came to find out that I opened the door to the kids playing in the room, and my son standing on the fucking edge of the top of the bunk bed, just Jimmy Superfly Snooker in it, bro. And I caught this dude, caught him out the fucking air. I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? What is you? And I'm talking about this little nigga jumping for distance. Not just like, hey, I'm gonna jump straight down This motherfucker is trying to jump across the room from on the top of the bunk bed. And I'm like, boy, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? I called him. I called him, y'all. Had he like me, I step in the door and I see a body flying. My youngest, the baby, we had the TV stand. And for whatever reason, he was trying to get something or whatever it is. And I don't know, man. You know, I don't think kids don't have proper depth perception. That's what it is. Kids don't understand depth perception. So that's why they always bump their heads and things like that, or so on and so forth. They don't understand, like, you know, how close or how far something is. They can't, their brain doesn't process that properly. So my son was doing something, he reached down to get something, man. When I tell you, man, this dude hit his head so hard. That shit was so loud. It was like he hit a motherfucking brick wall, man. Dude. And I was like, oh shit. I caught myself. I said, ooh, I jumped a little bit. And I said, oh shit. And of course, the wife, she was like, no, shut up. I was like, shut up. I was like, be quiet. Because if you notice, what does a baby do whenever a baby hurts himself, especially like hit himself in the head or some shit like that, right? We ain't talking about some shit that draw blood or nothing like that, but normally it's like a head bump. What does a kid do? No, they don't cry. They don't cry initially, Jessica. See, hey, shout out to y'all. Hey, shout out to Jessica X. We know Jessica X don't got no kids because she don't know that they fucking that kids don't instantly cry. So we myth busted. Myth busted about Jessica X having kids. No, KC, young brother, they don't. Thank you. Yep. Beth and Cyber back to back. They look at their parents to see what the reaction is, to see what the reaction is going to be. If you stay cool, they stay cool. Bitch, be cool. Bitch, be cool. Bitch, be cool. Tell that bitch to be cool. If you don't cry, if you don't react, the children won't normally, no matter how hard it hurt. Because what? A child is impressionable. Humans by nature are what? Humans are copycats, people. Humans are copycats. See, look, shout out to Jessica X. See, we just talked Jessica X, what they do. Shout out to Ty City. Shout out to Ty City. Single dads in the motherfucking building. Yeah, man, they fucking they look around and they wait for the reaction to see what's gonna happen. And what's happening in this whole thing about this alternative lifestyle, especially this tea promotion, is that they're being inundated with that in their surroundings. Bro, this wasn't even a thing. Shout out to Gabe, man. Little boys are definitely wild. Thank you, Gabe, for the $10 super chat. I would climb trees just to jump off and test my strength to get the ground. It was all knotted up. I did not care. I had something to prove. Gabe, how about my dumb ass? Shout out to George Fraser. What's up, bro? You got it. Man, my dumb ass was doing the Superman off of my grandma's porch. And you know how Superman flies two ways, right? Superman flies with his arms, both arms straight out. And then he flies with the one arm, like the one arm on his chest and the one arm straight out, right? So my dumb ass, like on the, I don't know, like the third try, flies with one arm in and one arm out. Mind you, when I'm jumping both out with what's the name, I'm landing chest first. No problem. It's the ground, it's the floor. So, but you know, and it's like, it's fun. It's not, it don't really hurt. You know, it's just like a little or whatever. But my dumb ass ain't thinking, so I switch it up. I'm gonna go to the motherfucking one arm pose, baby. And what's my dumb ass do? I land on my arm, drop all my body weight on top of my arm, and unbeknownst to me, I broke my wrist. You know, I didn't even really cry. I didn't even know my wrist was broke. Shout out to old parents, man. Shout out to 80s baby parents. Do y'all know So I got picked up over my great grandma's house. My great grandma used to keep us. We went home. I was complaining about my arm hurting or whatever. Complaining. But they just gave me like some kids Tylenol or something, I think. And you know, put some guess what they put on the goddamn guess what they put on my arm, man. Guess what they put on my arm. If you can guess this shit, bro, I'm gonna hit you on the Cash App. I'm gonna hit you with the Cash App reward, man. Give me your Cash App or give me your whatever. Nope. We'll give it like 30 seconds. No. Nope. Come on, man. Somebody go up. Our green's getting closer. Nope. Not Witch Hazel. It's getting closer though. No, Jay. This is before my mama got saved, so no, trust me, it would have been, but nah. Y'all need not peroxide. No, somebody say it. No. Y'all niggas ain't old, man. Y'all niggas are old. Y'all supposed to be old. No. Geritol. Hell no. What the fuck? What's some Geritol? Geritol's a pill, nigga. No. Nobody said it, man. Come on. Let me see. Somebody come in here. I need an old motherfucker in here, man. Y'all ain't old enough. That's what it is. Nah, man. No. Nope. No. No. All right, nigga. They put horse liniment, nigga. Do y'all know what horse liniment is? Horse liniment. They put horse liniment on my goddamn. Look, horse liniment. Man, y'all never heard. Y'all got it, man. I need like a boomer to be in here, man. So it's literally something where it's kind of like being gay, but it's like 1,000 times stronger, nigga. It's literally used for horses, nigga. Like, so if a horse get like a cramp or some shit or so on and so forth, you put it on the horse for it to pretty much release the fucking cramp and relax the fucking. Hey, nigga, that ain't my fault. Blame my parents, nigga. I didn't ask for this. I don't even know, bro. I can tell you this too. I'm gonna Google this shit. Cause nigga, I can tell you this. Ain't no Tiger Balm, ain't no motherfucking ain't no Icy Hot, nigga. Ain't none of them shits gonna work like motherfucking horse liniment, nigga. When I tell you to the bone, nigga, that shit is gonna heat you up to the bone, nigga. Yes, Charles with a K, not the C-O, a K with a K. I told you about that, bro. I don't even know why you have some shit like that in the house, man. But when I tell you, man, bruh, that shit went that after that, it's nigga, my bones was burning. Nigga, my bone was burning. And I guess the reaction because the muscles around it, even though I was hurt. Watch out now, Kels. Watch out, Kels. Yo, light ass can't be calling niggas slaves. Kels, watch out now. Time out. Like motherfucker, like Ty City now. Time out now, goddammit. But yeah. But yeah, man. The shit is supposed to, it penetrates, bro. The shit penetrates, bro. Penetrates the muscles to pretty much relax the muscles and heat and warm the muscles up. But because my fucking wrist was broke, it pretty much inflamed. All it did was inflame the muscles around it further. So man, they put that shit on me, nigga. Like they, you know how they say in church, nigga, the fire was shut up in my bones, nigga. What's his name? It's sweeter than honey. What's that nigga's name? Rance Allen. Yeah, I was like Rance Allen, but fucking fire was shut up in my bones. The Rance Allen fucking choir. That shit burned like instantly, man. So They take me to the hospital. They get an X-ray, and of course my shit's broke. Nigga, when I tell you they could not wash that motherfucking horse liniment off though, nigga. Oh my God. That's like, man, that shit hurt so bad. Jay, shut up in my bones. That shit burnt, bro. So yeah, man, you know, as kids, the boys are just wild. I got a whole change. My bad. But y'all niggas learn something new, nigga. Go find some horse liniment, nigga. Go find that horse liniment. I guarantee you, your muscles will be relaxed. That shit will, nigga. If you can be in a snowstorm or be homeless, if you gave all the homeless people in the cold fucking horse liniment, nigga, they wouldn't even know about it. They wouldn't even know. Beth, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. Paul Davis. Paul Davis. That's the 80s, baby. That was the 80s, man. I doubt you could even buy the shit. I doubt you can even buy it now. You can't find it in the store, bro. That used to be some shit that was in the nigga. That shit was in in like the department store, man. What y'all know about Zare, man? What y'all know about Zare, nigga? You can go to Zare and go down the motherfucking medicine aisle and get you some motherfucking horse liniment, man, or Eckerd's. What y'all niggas know about Eckerd's? Huh? Zare and Eckerd's. What you know about that? All right. What G like? Well, I told you, man, my daddy grew up on a fucking farm, man. So maybe I'm gonna put it on my dad. I'm gonna put it on my dad, man. Hey, man. You can get that shit out the store, bro. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, that's how you. Hey, bro, I seen it all, man. I seen it all. I seen it. Yeah, Revco. Shout out to Turf Battle, man. What y'all know about Revco, Eckerd's, and motherfucking Zare, nigga? Yeah, man. Well, yeah, bro. Oh shit. Fantastic. Can't talk about bitches wearing horse hair. Wearing horse hair. Nigga, it's out of my system by now, nigga. That shit was over 30 years ago. Oh God. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure you get caught with that shit now. That's like a class 5 felony or some shit. You get caught some motherfucking horse liniment, nigga, nowadays. Yeah, see? Hey, man. Hey, you know what? You got it. Hey, it is what it is. I survived, nigga. That's why we so tough. But yeah, man, listen. And I'm about to let me go ahead and open this thing up. I'm sorry. Open this thing up. What you come to find, bro, is that when you remove the dad out of the house and you allow the American or the society to get into your household and tell you what's okay as a parent, tell you what you have to accept as a parent, because what do, right? First thing they did was tell you that, you know, you're abusing your child if you don't allow your child to express their sexuality, if you don't allow your child to live their truth. First off, there is no their truth, it's the truth. All right, we need to get away from that shit too, man. All right, we need to get away from that their truth shit. Okay, ain't no their truth, goddamn it, it's the truth. Shout out to Hope for the cash out, brother. Thank you. And what happens is, man, they are really setting this shit up to where you're not gonna have any rights in your own household for your children. You're not gonna be able to tell your kid, no, you can't have that. You're not gonna be able to tell your kid, no, you can't do that. You're not going to be able to tell your kid, well, no, that's not the way we do things. If you do, the child, especially when it comes to this sexuality thing, they're going to be able to go to school, tell a counselor, tell a teacher, and they're pretty much going to be able to force you into allowing your child to get involved in some fucking, things you aren't comfortable with, or you don't believe in, or you don't practice in your own household. But this is why and how, especially in the Black community, we need to start, especially the fathers, man, building some type of coalition, some type of team, to keep out fucking big government out of your fucking house. Again, this shit, it can be done. And I'm not saying like, or do the shit to where we actually get people making these charter schools to where that's not going to be taught in the curriculum and forced taught in the curriculum. Bro, you have the third largest state in the country implementing teaching sexual education to elementary school age kids, making them aware of anal sex. I say again, when you have the third largest state in the country implementing sexual education and encouraging sexual education to be taught to kids at the elementary and middle school levels, telling them about anal sex and same sex partnership, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Again, can y'all go back and think about the kid that it might have been a little, back in the day, we called him sweet. We knew the dude that was going to be gay. I could tell a gay dude in elementary school. There's plenty of little gay dudes. But you know what? Another thing too, it was come to find out a lot of them little gay dudes was touched. That's another thing they're eliminating too. They're never going to, they've scrubbed all of that data, man, of the people who had testimonies and told a life story about them becoming alternative lifestyle because they were molested. And that's not just the boys, that's the girls too. Being introduced to a physical sexual encounter at an early age is traumatic. It's not only traumatic physically, it's traumatic emotionally and mentally, because you can't comprehend. You're literally putting your body through a stress that is not yet built to endure or to experience yet. Charles Merchant hit the nail on the head, bro. Yes, all of this shit comes back to that P, man. When they pull that shit with that P and they tried to add the P on there a couple years ago and they told you, oh, it's just pansexual. It stands for pansexual. No. But too many people, what? You haven't lulled the people asleep enough. See, they do all of these things, man, to test the waters, to see what the reaction is going to be. And you had too many people come out, mainly Black. And this is why I say, the one thing about Black men, bro, no matter how they are, so on and so forth, niggas don't play that alternative lifestyle shit. And you know the word that I really use, but I can't use that word because I use it derogatorily. They'll use that as a reason. But niggas don't play that G shit, bro. Niggas don't play that. Ain't no such thing as no bisexual man. It's just not. It's not.
Thank you.
Black men understand that. That's understood in the Black community. You come trying to tell me that you're a bisexual or some shit, man, you get your wet ass up out of my face. You better get the fuck on up out of here, bro. That shit don't exist. Jazzy J, if it was that easy, I don't know about that. You better have the best of the best. You're the best around. You better have that motherfucking Highlander, that green jacket. You better have the Highlander while wearing the green jacket, Jazzy J. I need to see how many conversions you have, Jazzy J. I need to know how many conversions you have under your belt, man. Because if you just
first, you got to convince them to want it.
Yeah, if you just get one, you need to start selling that, man. And I don't mean that derogatorily, but you need to you need to do something so we can save all these young Black men out here. But anyway, y'all brothers, go ahead, man. What's up?
This is starting in the home. All this is starting in the home. Once they broke down the home and the fathers were gone, now this foolishness is gone. And now people used to look to like the rappers and stuff as like masculine figures. But now even the rappers are gay. So now these kids are seeing rappers and they're still like, okay, rappers are masculine. But now some of them are gay, wearing dresses and all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, well, maybe it's not that bad. And since they don't have that male leadership in the household, they fall down that path. And it's just really sad. But instead of doing the thing, because I blame the parents, I blame the families for this, the breakdown of the families, because no matter what's going on out in the world, you're supposed to know from your parents what's right and what's wrong. But these parents aren't parenting anymore. They're trying to let the school raise their kids, let the TV raise their kids, and we're just witnessing the results of that. And I think it's going to get all the way down, far worse than this, before anybody comes back to their senses and says, okay, let's try and save this.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Hey, man, go
ahead. Yeah, I agree. And it's the parents and the lack of truth. You know, we got to understand. I know a lot of people have a problem with this word truth, but we got to be honest about what we get out, where we get our truth from, because, you know, we make everything subjective and relative, man. You can't, then in a world like that, it's just pure confusion. Because what are the parents valuing? You know, what values do parents even project to their children? You know, this is a slope that's been pushed long ago, man. This is like, it definitely starts in the home, but it's even before then. You know, this is when basically the worst of human nature is being exploited and being allowed to run free because we want to get away from truth. Everybody want to say, oh, truth is relative, but no, it's not, because you can look at the results of rejecting the truth to prove it's not relative.
I got to push back on that Bible stuff. That's where you're going. I push back against that religion stuff.
No, but push back on what I said. I didn't even quote a scripture, bro. I said the results of rejecting the truth prove that it's not subjective.
Yeah, but your truth is rooted. You're rooting truth in the Bible, aren't you, when you say that?
Isn't that logic? I just said a logical statement.
When you say you're rejecting,
I didn't speak the Bible.
You're rooting that in the Bible, right? But I'm saying,
no, I'm talking about empirical. I'm talking about empirical logic. I don't talk about the Bible to people who don't believe in it. That doesn't make sense. I'm speaking about empirical facts and logic right now. I didn't give one scripture, bro.
Give me an example.
You're making an assumption. The fact that you're a man, is that subjective?
Okay. So if you're ruling with that, okay, I'm with you there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I know. Hey, where you at.
Let me hop in real quick. Look, JI, listen, man. And that's another thing too, man. Listen, no matter where, if it's religious or not, listen to what I'm saying, man. We have to be careful. We have to be very what's the word I want to say? Selective with our pushback, brother. No matter what it's rooted in, right? Truth is truth. Whether it's coming from a religious standpoint or so on and so forth. If it's something that where you believe and I believe you have an understanding of that, alternative lifestyle matters when it comes to men and women, period, are counterproductive to any type of progression of the race, especially when you're in a race and you're saying that you're depleted by numbers, by physical numbers that aren't enough of you there to combat, you know, the powers that be, or the race of people that are in power over you, the quote unquote oppressor, and other things when it comes to your numbers that show up and you account for in other things of dominance and power. I think we have to get away from, man, you know, why or how a brother's you know, his reasoning comes from, that if we agree and we understand that the reasoning is going to come to you know, the end result that we want. A lot of this stuff, man, again, yeah, the Bible, I know for whatever niggas got hangups on the Bible, cool, but again, a lot of these Bible principles are also just human principles, period. You know, you can find that outside of the Bible. And then, I mean, you know, so let's not be so quick to, you know, say, oh, well, you know, because it's rooted in the Bible, it's just that's not the, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't put us anywhere close to where we need to be. Let me
what I'm saying when you're done.
Okay, it's just, you know, it doesn't put us anywhere close to where we need to be. We just understand that, like, hey, this is a major issue and a problem, and we agree upon that we're trying to fix the problem. If we get into the whole, well, where did you get this from and why do you think this and so on and so forth, then you get away from the end goal that we actually do have in common. That's just my whole thing. Let me read the super chat and then you got it, and then we'll go to brother Cyberlon 7. Tufik Lawal. Wow. I hope I said that right. They are desperately disregarding science. The biggest study shows that no one is born gay. They're socialized into being gay. Thank you, brother. Go ahead, bro. J.I.
All right, what I'm saying is you can agree with the things that I said. I understand there's a problem and everything, but for people like me that reject, religion and things like that, I'm weary of when people try to say that the lack of religion is what's causing these problems, because that's not it. You can be rational and logical without having to root it in some type of religious base. And a lot of people don't understand that or get that. So when people will try to say, okay, look at the problems that are going on today, it stems from the lack of religious values. I would say no, it just stems from the lack of values. And if you try to conflate the two, then that's a dangerous and slippery slope to fall into, because we all know from history and human nature, once these ideologies start getting pushed, then you're going to get absorbed into saying, well, if you're not this, then you're bad. Instead of just saying you're bad because you're bad, you're saying, no, if you don't subscribe to this, then you're bad. And that's where persecution starts coming from on a larger scale. I'm saying you don't have to. I'm weary of it because of those reasons.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question, J.I. How can you tell somebody they're wrong if everything is just preference and opinion?
Here's the thing. Everything is preference and opinion, but my preference and opinion can align with someone else's that has the preference opinion is the same, but
so lies don't exist.
Different.
So you saying lies don't exist? By definition, lies don't exist. So
when you're, no. You're conflating two different
that's
things.
Some people believe lies, bro.
I know, but if you're saying lies are, the definition of a lie is something that's not true. So
exactly, isn't that the LGBT
5? Then that's a lie. But if we're playing with words at that point.
No, I'm just saying, isn't the whole LGBT movement built on something that isn't true? That's a yes or no.
People have always been gay and everything. The trans thing and change your sexuality, to me, I would agree that is wrong and that's misplaced. People are misplaced.
But what do you base it on? If you were to convince somebody is wrong, what would you base it on besides yourself? If you were to convince someone,
I'm basing it on nature, simple biology. That I don't think that we're born either a male or a woman, unless you're one of those special, hermaphrodites or something.
But isn't it true that man is interpreting biology and nature based on different agendas? And
yes, that is true, and we're always not going to agree. But you asked me what I was basing on. That's what I'm basing it on. I'm just telling you, like,
if there's no truth, then
it is all subjection. It is all subjection. There is no absolute 100% truth. It's all what you believe.
Well,
and what you
if somebody puts a gun to my head, it's not subjective that they put a gun to my head. I'm not going to act like it's only there if I believe it's there.
But that's something different. Somebody put a gun in your head. I'm not saying.
Well, hey man, we'll come back to that. This between you guys here short. Let's get Cyberlon 7th on here. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, bro.
Okay, cool. So thanks for having me. Hey, gentlemen. So what's interesting is something that Fantastic had said a little earlier on, and I had said this in a different place, and that's kind of looking at how this came to be, because we are in the we're in the era where opinion has kind of taken the rule of the day, and I point to a situation that occurred out of California. Very studious lady by the name of Dr. Virginia Uribe is actually the founder of what we have going on. She was the one who kind of put the cyber dying systems in place in terms of all of what we have today.
Wait, say your name again?
Dr. Virginia Uribe, spelled with a U, U-R-I, Uribe. She basically put it in place, put the system, the framework in place in California, to where they introduced this into the California school system. And eventually over the years, they got it to the point where it had to become mandatory. in the California school system. And from there, what happened was, you know, just like a lot of states put in what we call the proficiency test. At least I'm from Ohio, so we call it the proficiency test, but some people call it something different. You know, you couldn't graduate unless you took a proficiency test, or you couldn't graduate unless you took a certain class that was deemed mandatory. Well, they had started putting sexual education of this form, and this was back in the 70s. They started putting that in the California school system, and it became commonplace. And what they started doing, you know, I give it once a word, they infiltrated. And see, the thing about that, I just say left-leaning community, because I try to get, you know, people channels in trouble. They put their mind toward anything else. They will be some of the best strategists on the face of the earth because they think long term. And what they did was, once they got it into the school system, then they got it on the books and the workplace. And so they created the environment, because let's you guys have it on point. From a moral perspective, biblical or whatever faith or belief system you come from, the very first thing your body tells you is that's wrong. You know, when you playing football out there, toss up, tag, kill a man, tag football, tackle football, and the guy leans on you or grab you a certain way, you get that funny feeling. When you grab that little girl, when you're playing with little kids, you get that warm, fuzzy feeling. It feels good, right? And so what they did was they created a pocket space in California in the school system, starting with the youth, that allowed them to express and address those funny feelings. But what they did was they were very slick in the implementation. They said, you know, that funny or weird feeling you have, that's totally natural, and there's nothing wrong with it. And you shouldn't be ashamed if you feel fuzzy grabbing the back of Brad, the same way you feel fuzzy when you grab the back of, you know, Antoinette. There's nothing wrong with that. That's natural. And so here we have the space where this was allowed. So now we got people, young people, endorsed by adults, being able to exercise free thought. And when you have people who are like a Fantastic, or like a lot of us or those out there in the chat who say, no, 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 that's wrong. I don't want my child doing that. When you have those people who are shut out and put on the outside, now, you know, some interesting things began to take place. And what they furthermore went and did after they got all this on the books, gentlemen, is that they came back around and they said, okay, we know we're going to have opposition on this for years to come. So we need a way to plant a seed that when this seed takes root, it's almost foolproof, but we also have to program the seed. So what they did, they came back around. This is years later. You know, they're starting to have the exhibitionists out there in the early 70s and, you know, stuff like that. The early 80s, it was kind of wild for those who've seen that. And they introduced another set of books, but these books were specifically designed by the California school system, and they were targeted at children who were between the ages of 3 and 8. And these books came, they kind of came across like the Curious George book, because when I was a kid, I liked Curious George, you know, the art and stuff like that. And what they did was the books would have, you know, 2 little boys playing together or 2 little girls playing together, you know, a ball would roll in a corner somewhere. And one kid went to get the ball, the other kid would walk up behind him. Or they would even have one little kid touching himself, masturbation. And he would then ask the parent, there was always a parent who was looking around. I actually researched this, and YouTube actually, I got some resources looking for a video that when I find it, I'm gonna unleash it to a lot of you content creators for you guys to put that out there, because it actually broke it down and YouTube got rid of it. But what they did was they always had a parent who would be observing the kid doing something, one thing or the other, and the parent would always be there in support, saying, "Don't feel bad, don't feel ashamed. Oh, that's a natural human feeling." They stripped off the gender role off of it, and they stripped off the fact that, well, from a morality standpoint, what you're doing is wrong. It needs to be corrected. Do this, do that. They stripped that out of it. And those sets of books went on the market in California. They were wildly successful. And so we started to see this explosion. The very last stage of this was probably, and is the most critical piece, that we are feeling these effects today. This is the reason why, again, fantastic or content creators say, be careful with the word. We don't want to get flagged. What they did was they went to state Congress and governments, and they started to get their people in key positions in government and state legislatures. Once they did that, they got certain laws on the books, and it started just a little bit, right? It started where, we just want to be able to say that I'm free to express my orientation in the workplace without having any repercussion, without having anyone attacking me or making me feel bad. I'm not trying to really push any agenda or anything like that. I just want to be free to say, hey, this is how I get down. And I said, okay, well, you can do that. And so they took it a little bit further, and they said, okay, well, now, we want to be free to gather and form our own little groups and hang out amongst ourselves. And they said, okay, we don't see a problem with that. And so we have to remember, in every industry, those same people eventually grew to positions of power. If you were in corporate, if you were in medicine, if you were in legal, if you were in media, the biggest place, the biggest, most influential place. This is before entertainment. This is before we have all this coming ahead. Those people. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. Let me get some super chats when we get to we'll bring it back around to you, bro. Shout out to Jessica X for them $4.99 in those pounds. Thank you, ma'am. Gabe A. Again, thank you, Gabe. Again, bro. Moral relativism is the basis of the argument. If there are no absolutes, everything is merely preference. Appreciate you, bro. We got Dollar Watcher in the building. Where you at? Oh shit! I hate when they do that shit. Here we go. Dollar Watcher with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Nature is the best model for life because it has a baseline for law and order, and that can't be bent or altered. People that keep trying to sidestep law and order can't dodge the end results. Thank you, brother. That is true. And that's that for now. Hold on. Let's see. We got. Hold on. Wait.
It is true though. It is all relative, but that doesn't mean that you can't align with a side just because that's a side that you chose.
Yeah. And I didn't step away, man. I just let him talk, man. I had it stuck on what's name. I was aware of people. I ain't go to sleep. I ain't fall out of nothing. So the brother have his peace, man. It's his first time on here. We got brother Edward fell off for a minute, so that's kind of what's name. We got BMT in here, man. What's up, BMT?
What's up, BMT?
Yeah, what's going on, man? You talking about disciplining kids, or what's going on?
The whole Dwayne Wade and Zion Wade thing, and him trying to pretty much force his son into, or have his son be the representative of the transitioning thing. Now, did he officially come out and say that his kid is like going to transition?
No, his kid is not transitioning. I wish people who don't research or find out his kid just said, I just wanted y'all to call me a girl. That's pretty much the big thing. Niggas going around saying that he gonna cut off his nuts and all that shit and all that stuff. And actually, his parents even talked about it even further and said, listen, we're taking him to actually get to understand this is the lifestyle. Different people are actually saying like, hey, I hope you know what you're getting into. So it's more so they're having hands-on rather than just letting him go out there and do stuff. They're kind of like, okay, we're going to keep an eye on what's going on with him. That's pretty much it. I mean, your kid come out and say he's gay, you going to beat him, or you going to say, well, if you think you're gay, well, then shit, you're going to have to, I hope you can hold out on what they're going to talk about you. And I mean, he said, I get they're going to talk about me, they're going to talk all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, what else is there to it? He ain't say nothing about no sex changes. He ain't say nothing about going to get castrated or any of that shit.
Well, hold on. I just think listen, I don't think he was speaking figuratively. again, if you go back and I still got it. Let me pull it back up.
Who you talking about? Who's speaking to Hillary?
Boosie. He said, "Don't make him
All
a
right,
woman."
I'm ready.
Okay, all right, hold on real quick. I don't think he was speaking literally. He was speaking more figuratively because he was saying how you're going to call. He was saying you're turning him. You're taking his manhood by calling him a woman. I don't think he was literally saying even. And it's Boosie. He country as fuck, and he's Boosie. So hold on, let me go back to this shit real quick.
Right, but now they see that's the thing about. That's why I be trying to tell black men, if you're gonna come out and say something, be prepared what they're gonna pull out on you. But now they pulling up on Boosie and his shit with him and his son, taking his son to go get his dick sucked by a prostitute. So I'm like, well, damn, Boosie. Like, I don't think you're talking about kids.
Boosie don't give a fuck, and that's why I say serve a positive role in the shit, bro. Boosie don't care. We need that type of shit. Let me share this real quick, Edward, and I'll bring you back in, bro. Hold on, Edward. Let me go back to this so we can hear exactly what he said, and then we'll get into it.
I gotta say something about this shit, bro. Dwayne Wade, you going too fucking far, dog. That is a male, a 12-year-old, and 12. They don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have shit figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16, and fall in love with her. But his dick be gone. How you gonna bro? You going too far, dog. Don't cut his dick off, bro. Bro, for real, if he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his dick off, bro. Don't address him as a woman, dog. He's 12 years old. He's not up there yet. He hasn't made his final decision yet. Don't cut his fucking dick off, Dwayne Wade, bro. You fucking tripping, dog. You tripping, dog.
All right, and you see what he said, and listen real quick, and I'm gonna throw it to you after this. Listen, when he said you addressing him as a woman, I think he was saying more along cause and effect, because if you address him as a woman now at this early age, you would encourage him to possibly even take it the full transition route. Like I said, his sentence structure was fucked up, and it's Boosie, man. Boosie's not a motherfucking scholar or a fucking any type of person that you go to.
He's an emotional communicator.
Yeah. So I don't think he was speaking figuratively right now. He was just speaking with, again, you're already encouraging your son to do this or whatever. And this is my thing too. Supporting and encouraging aren't the same thing. Okay, I can support you in some shit that I may not agree with, but I'm not gonna fucking encourage you to do the shit. You understand what I'm saying? And you're encouraging your son at the age of 12 to think of himself as a woman. That's a very, very dangerous
celebrating it. Yeah, he's celebrating.
Yeah, it's a very, very dangerous. But by all means, man, go ahead, Edward. Go ahead, Edward, and then we'll
my internet kind of fucked up, and I know I'm the king of monologue, so I can't say shit.
Hey, you got some new you got some new fucking competition with brother Cyber.
My issue is this though. No, and maybe I came on the panel late, so I'll admit that. At the end of the day, it comes back. Shout out to Ramil. It comes back to you niggas are being shown. You niggas have no power. When it comes to what the greater society does, all we can really do is go along with it, and as individuals or as smaller groups decide to separate from that. But at the end of the day, what people don't understand about the Boosie thing, Boosie was being more than 50-50, just saying if he gonna be gay, let him be gay. Trust me, if he was in a power position, he wouldn't even see that. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, as far as Boosie's concerned, Dwayne Wade is molesting his son as far as Lil Boosie's concerned. Can I say that? Can I put that out there? That's pretty much how Boosie.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
That's how they.
I would not say that.
Whoa.
You don't believe me? I'll reverse it. If this was a girl, and this was an older dude kind of type of situation, motherfuckers would be saying that. But because it's accepted that black boys can be put out, this is why you don't see them put out white kids doing this shit. That shit would not be seen as the same way if there was a white man that was gay putting his white son out like that. It would not be seen. They would not celebrate that in the same way. I'm not telling you
actually they do. They got that.
Well, yeah. Wait. I gotta give a little pushback on that, man. I gotta give a little pushback on that, brother. The Desmond is amazing. That was and it's another kid too, man. And I was gonna get into that in a second.
It's that Jasmine chick, the dude. They transitioned him to a girl. I think the show was like with Keeping Up with Jasmine or something.
Jazz, yeah.
And he got two parents too. They got parents.
Yeah. I'm jumping out. Okay, so look, we're gonna get off of the black thing. I'm gonna stick to the first thing. If this shit, you can say that in 2020, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if this shit was like in the Bush days, if you say that there's a celebrity dressing their son up at this age like that, yeah, motherfuckers will be going that fucking hard about it. Like, I'm not talking about black men, but the society. And the fact that y'all push back on me like that, all that proves to me is just how far we've gone since post-Obama versus like pre-Obama. There is shit that like in the 90s, and if we were going up, that shit was beyond dead on arrival. The fact you would speak that into existence will fuck you up permanently, right? Yeah. So when Boosie, so I'm communicating to you that mindset that still exists, because think about what I'm gonna give you an example, and I'm not gonna monologue. When Boosie was talking about, take Magic Johnson's son for example. Magic Johnson it's a perfect example of what Mr. Fantastic talk about encouraging versus supporting. Magic Johnson did not encourage that shit in the fucking least, but he did still say that is my son. You don't hear him bring that shit up. If it's presented to him, he will address it. But everybody know that his son makes his own fucking decisions, and that's what the fuck he was gonna do no matter what anybody told him. So Magic said, "That's still my son. I'm gonna support it," because he done fucked up, right? That's the difference. But he didn't. You never saw him. And by the way, because Magic is older, that same shit he could have never did or even attempted to do. Will Smith with Will Smith didn't do the same thing that what Dwayne Wade was doing, but Will Smith being all extra liberal about how he deals with his kids, that shit was kind of like, that's like a level less than what Dwayne Wade's doing. That shit would have been looked at goofy. My point is the fact that all y'all had that pushback. Oh, the second part, Bob, y'all can present that.
To be clear, the pushback was only when you tried to. We disagree with the action, but the pushback was when you tried to equate it to the molestation.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay. What he's doing is bad enough without having to bring something else. Is what I'm saying. What he's doing is horrible enough without having to bring something not related to the conversation.
Right, I agree with that. And the only thing I was saying about that is like, okay. Like around the time of Magic came out with the AIDS, they were calling that the gay man's they did call it the gay man disease. So there was already a little bit of question when that came up, but my dad was like, "Oh shit, Magic is gay," because at the time they only thought that gay people got that. So his son coming out being gay, everybody, oh shit, it's confirmed. Magic might be gay or under the closet. But then you know what I'm saying? So ain't too much shit he could say. And even in the documentary, his wife was like, what the fuck I was supposed to do? This man going out here doing all this weird shit and fucking around. Now my son's gay. Like, she's like, well, shit, I ain't gonna leave the money.
So I just got y'all. So, do y'all think Charlize Theron is doing the same thing with that black boy she adopted?
Almost definitely.
Dwayne Wade is doing. Because when mofos put Charlize Theron on some pro black shit, they go where the fuck I went to. Like, she turning him out, she doing that. But now when we put a black man on top of it, now we want to play word. Look, I'm not gonna throw the word out there. Hold on. And
shout out to Ramil again. I just think this is my thing.
This ain't some tomboy shit.
Well, let me break this down. With Charlize Theron, because she's a white woman, and even if you believe what you're saying, Edward, and I understand what you and Ramil are saying, it would never be equated to that. It will be taken as figurative. But when you put a black man in the mix, they're going. You say
Ramil
molestation. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, "Oh my God, he's fucking his own kid." You see what I'm saying? So
that's wrong.
But you know what the problem is? Hey, this is the problem.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna bounce off. I'm gonna say, hold on. You can hold on. You can say that, but give me 10 seconds. here's the thing where I shut people down on the Dwayne Wade, let them live how they live. You shouldn't be sexualizing your children at all, period. Regardless, if they gay, like Boozy said, if they gay, fine. You shouldn't be sexualizing them, period. And I'm gonna tell you, if this was a girl, niggas, people wouldn't be letting Dwayne Wade do that. Fucking period. Go ahead.
That's true. But this is the problem I get.
Men and women. But Ramil's comment encouraging preteens into sexuality and molestation. Men encourage their sons, most of them, to be heterosexual. That is encouraging them into a sexuality. That's just encouraging them to
we encourage them into truth.
Yeah. So but that's why that comment that he made.
That's not what he was saying, though.
Yeah. He's not. He's what Edward's talking about is that even though you may encourage your son to be heterosexual, you're not doing it before the public. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't encouraging, and you're not encouraging him to go. Hold on, like 12 years old. 12 years old.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful about what we're saying.
12 years old. You're in the 7th grade, generally 12, 13, 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah.
Men are not encouraging their sons to go out and be sexual with girls at 7. If it happens, it happens. They're not out here saying go.
Come on, they're giving their sons game about how to talk to girls and blah blah blah.
So you might as well say
that's fools. You talking about fools. We talking about men.
You're encouraged. You're basically saying so. It's like I might as well say if you go to a sex ed class, then yeah, that's the same shit. That's not what Ramil's talking about. There's a difference between understanding. Okay, you're going into puberty. This is how you're
because what he said. It hits both sides, so that's the problem.
No, that's how you want to be with it, but motherfuckers on the same page know what the fuck you said. This is I ain't no southern motherfucker.
No, it's the difference between knowing what somebody says and what somebody means. That's what I'm saying. What you say is important.
Well, can I say something? I got a qualifying statement for all this. We forget that they're making sexuality akin to like race now. They taking it away from behavior and they're making it into something like, oh, it's like you being black or white or something. They took this to a whole different level to try to hide what the true intention of what it's doing. See, if it was a sexuality, then it would be obvious. But they're trying to make it like, oh, you're born this way kind of thing. It's in your DNA or something. See, they're trying to make it something that you can't attack.
The problem that I have with what you're saying is not factually incorrect, but you miss something that's like a key ingredient. It's like trying to bake a cake without sugar. And
we know what it is. I'm talking about what the agenda is doing.
No, I get that. But you can know what the agenda is, but if you have no power, it doesn't matter. So you want to say there's power in the truth. There is no power in the
in Dwayne Wade's situation, he has power if he was a righteous father, the power would be in his household. That's the issue with him.
No, that's a lie. Because I get what you're saying, but think about this. I'll answer this simple question. If Dwayne Wade came up in the pre-Kobe era, would he be doing this? Yes or no?
Fuck no.
No.
If Dwayne Wade Dwayne Wade came up and he only started pushing this shit after he retired because the environment, which is what the power is behind, allowed him, and not only allowed him, but actually encouraged him to do that. So it doesn't matter with truth. Dwayne Wade, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, he's from the suburbs. That nigga know what the fucking truth is. He's doing.
Well, that's why I wouldn't encourage nobody to go to Hollywood.
Well,
I wouldn't encourage nobody.
Listen, y'all be doing that shit, man. Y'all act like black people haven't been feminized and doing all that shit in Hollywood for like years now.
But that's like we pretend like we've
been watching boy bands shake and dance and do all kind of crazy shit. So now all of a sudden, niggas acting brand new. Where the fuck the sexuality come from?
Yeah,
nigga, we've been seeing this shit for years. Like this shit ain't new.
BMT.
No, hold on.
That's what grown motherfuckers were doing now.
Hey, let me hop in here real quick. Yeah, BMT again. They're degrees, brother. Again, I would agree.
Okay, go ahead.
They're degrees, man. I mean, we grew up. Me and you 30 plus, right? So we grew up with ABC and Soul for Real and all this shit. Even though they were, boy bands or whatnot, what have you. From the black aspect of it, there was no homosexuality or no effeminization pushed into none of those young boy groups.
Okay, I get you with that, fantastic. But then when we look at some of them, it's like later on we be finding out coming out the closet, these niggas either A, the manager was fucking them, or B, some kind of sexual preacher.
Yeah, but that happened all of that happened like way closer, like late 2000s, man.
And all that happened behind the scenes too, man.
Right.
And also, all these motherfuckers were grown. Stop acting like they didn't have what was the folks you know what I'm talking about? What's his Chris Cross and all them? They ain't had these motherfuckers. Stop, man. Stop.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri.
Now hold on now, but now look at
BMT, you being devil's advocate and being a bad job at it.
I'm just looking at it like this, and I get what you're saying, Edward. I'm not taking from that.
Nigga, you in South Carolina.
You did, nigga, so what, nigga? I ain't give a shit out from South Carolina.
What I'm saying is you are from a Bible Belt area. That's all I meant. So you
okay,
know if you were saying
don't
this
see
shit
me
out
using
loud.
Hold on. I'm actually from Boston. First off, I live in South Carolina, but I'm not using no Christian come up or any kind of shit to point my points out. That's the thing about it. Like, y'all forget, man.
I'm not doing this from a perspective of Christianity.
When they don't get the proper help or they don't get properly looked at, these niggas go off and do the same shit and repeat it on other people. So they're like, well, fuck it. Well, I see this shit is normal. Like Wayne came out and said Baby had him fucking hoes and shit. So now look how fucked up Wayne is now. Like, these niggas be pushing this shit out on other people, man. Like, I be trying but niggas be thinking this is a joke. That's why I'm saying, like, the way Wayne, I'm gonna go off. I ain't gonna say he was molesting, but I'm saying that somebody fucked him up way long ago. Because mind you, a woman put him out. I think his mama put him out the house when he was a kid, and he had to go stay with women.
You can see the chicks he choose and know he fucked up. But go ahead.
No. Hold on now. Look at that. The women now. Look at the choice of women he's choosing.
Same thing with Usher.
And look how right. And now look how he been fucked up for majority of his life. So it's natural that he ain't never had, and I'm not taking no responsibility from this nigga, but we already know this nigga been fucked up long ago. Just like, you know what I'm saying, LeBron, we don't know how the fuck he got straightened up, but thank God he had a coach. Because the minute his mama got around a bunch of boys, what she started doing? Fucking them. She started fucking all the dudes around him. And he was like, damn. So we see a lot of these women that they do crazy shit around their boys or they fuck up the people around them. And the way he's like, well, I'm gonna just let my son be free. We can't stop that, man.
We can't stop that. Okay. But, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I'll say this though, and I'll add this to it because I know I done came in and rocked the boat a little bit. As a man that's the oldest, like it's hard because I get it. You know, you want access to his money. But if you ask who should be in that household really checking shit, it really should be those two older brothers. Because it's really, I'm not saying they're responsible, but I will say that as somebody, I've been in the foster care system for a limited time, and I can tell you, it gets to a point where if Dwayne Wade is on some shit, you're going to have to, because it's only the youngest is like this. So notice how it ain't all of them. It's just this one younger situation that's going through this. So my thing is, again, Dwayne Wade, if you want to play, I get what you're saying, BMT. If you want to say what you want to say about Dwayne Wade was always fucked up, why do you pick now to try to use your youngest son? Because the older one, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Right. BMT.
Hey, hold up, Ty, before you go. Wait. Let me get this super chat from
this the guy.
I'm on your ass, BMT.
You been trying to come at me.
Hey, hold on, I'm on your ass, BMT.
You gonna win? I hope you win today. I hope you win today.
Hold on. Hey, let me get these super chats out. Shout out to Gabe again. Appreciate your brother again, man. I grew up in black marching bands in high school. There were always gay flute players, clarinet players, and flag boys in the band who were clearly gay. I agree, BMT. It has been here. And we got Jessica X with some more of those pounds. Yeah,
that's double the dollars, so that's some good.
Nah, it's only 30 cents more, bro. It ain't double. It's 30 cents. We take. That offsets the 30. That offsets the 30% that motherfucking Google gonna take. Thank you. We know it's always been there, but now it's promoted. Thank you. That's the difference. Hence the numbers growing and growing. Thank you. And I think that's the thing that we have to realize from what Gabe. It's always been here, bro. I knew who was gay and who was fake for the most part. Again, bro, when they made MySpace, when they made MySpace and niggas was able to tell you like their sexual orientation, you know, and the motherfucker that was in high school the whole time, and then he put gay on the fucking thing is like his are interested in men, and we was like, duh, nigga, like we ain't surprised. We've been through that. You never came out and officially said it, but we knew you like them. You like poles and not holes, nigga. We knew that.
And this is fantastic. I'm gonna keep it real though. I'm for disclosure. I don't agree with how Dwayne Wade's going about doing it, but like with Lil Nas, well, he waited till after the fact. But niggas need to disclose. If you're in the closet in 2020, you are a fucking coward because it has never been a better time. You are literally a protected class above black people. If you're a black man,
oh, most definitely. That's why these dudes.
Hey, don't be surprised if don't be surprised if he come out later and say he was straight the whole time, because that's an easy way to get support.
Why didn't he come back? Why would he
come
back?
Hold on, and real quick, let me to you brothers in the J.I. Cyberlon, Spiritual Logic Hope. I'm gonna bring you guys back in, man. I got a full house on rotate.
Nigga, BMT that got surrounded.
I ain't even started on you, BMT.
Everybody that slid in on the low, man. You set this nigga up, but I'm playing back there.
Yeah, but this is the difference, man. BMT, why are you talking? BMT, why are you talking about supporting that kind of behavior like the child has a choice? What's up with that?
Okay, what did you hear me say support? What did you say?
I didn't hear him say that, but
yes, you did. Bro, you said that Dwayne. Listen, you said Dwayne Wade was just being supportive. That's what you said.
What you supposed to do? Beat his son?
No, your child doesn't even have a choice. Your child don't get to pick if he going to a gay parade, parade. Bro, you got me fucking mad, bro. You don't get to decide that shit. You don't. Hey, wait. You don't get to decide you're going to wear a crop top. You don't get to decide you're going to change your name, bro. There is no supporting that shit, bro. There is no fucking supporting that shit, bro.
Let me know when you're done, Ty.
Hey, also, wait. Also, the fact that you The fact that you even classify the sex of a preteen is disgusting. I don't even like calling those children gay and shit, bro. That's how far we going, bro.
This nigga going to a gay pride parade like I was forced to go to church. I just want to say that.
Okay, so can I say something back?
BNT, real quick, BNT. Shout out to Marco Grande for the $2. Better not talk gay about New Edition or its own. And real quick, BNT, before you hop in there, man. Listen, man, that's why I said support and encouragement, those are two different things, man. And like I said, Dwayne Wade isn't just supporting his son, he's encouraging him, and he's like whoring his son out, bro. He's making his son a fucking literally the mascot for child alternative lifestyle, man.
Right. Hey, do you brothers not think that it's because of his wife though, Gabrielle Union?
No, nigga, that's no excuse, bro. You gotta run your fucking house, bro.
Even hold on, Smooth. Even if that's true,
look. I know this. Listen. I know this is a really, really fucking serious topic about black men, especially young black boys and things like that, man. But let's just, let's try to keep it in some order. Let's try not to talk over each other. And, if we want to counter each other, we'll counter each other. But, and nigga, when I say something, nigga, let me get my little piece in. I ain't gonna say much. I'll let y'all niggas rock out. Let me just, cause I want to, and I think, it's important that we do this. So, cause important things get brought up. So we can, we can hang there for a minute and then we move along. But like I was trying to say, to Smooth's point, and I think this is what Ty C was going to say. And I think black women should enjoy it. The black women should appreciate this. And this is why I say, even when we go to the shit, it's on and so forth. I'm holding Dwayne Wade accountable for this. I don't give a fuck what Gabrielle Union does, period.
Thank you.
Gabrielle Union is not the fucking man. Gabrielle Union is not even his biological parent. Gabrielle Union is
okay. Can I say this before I jump off? Oh
yeah, you gonna run
now. No, I ain't finna run. I'm just gonna say this. Bitch, if you paint my son toenails or fingernails, I'm going upside your head. If you do my son hair, I'm going upside your head. You put makeup on my son, I'm going upside your motherfucking head, bitch. Period, dog. It ain't no excuse, bro. There is no.
You ain't a millionaire.
Nigga, I don't, bro. Listen, fam. I'm not sacrificing my child to no bitch, bro. Not even his mama.
Well,
you got me fucked up.
When you in that power structure, you can talk that shit. That hey,
BMT. Hold on. The only problem with this nigga is, hold on, wait. How old is Dwayne Wade's son?
Which one? The 12-year-old one?
Yeah,
12-year-old. Okay. Sacrifice for power. Sacrifice for power.
Hold on, wait. How long was Dwayne Wade's NBA career?
Shit longer than that.
Yeah, so thank you. So the millionaire shit ain't got nothing to do with it, bro. He been had money.
Oh, you don't think? Oh, so we ain't gonna say. So we gonna pretend that we gonna pretend like the game mafia can't fuck up your shit.
He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Let's hold on. Let's
Niggas,
keep this on. No.
That nigga's still on weeds. That nigga still got checks.
BMT. Let's keep this all the way fucking real. Nobody told him to get that old. I know she looked good, but nobody told him to go get a 10-year older bitch to fucking mommy your ass. That's that Usher syndrome shit. So that's on him. Ain't nobody assigned Gabrielle Union to him. He had Gabrielle Union on the wall back when she was doing Bring It On Again, and that nigga said, I don't give a fuck if I gotta turn my son gay. That's who I want. That's him. Because she don't gotta be there. That's not the same as Charlize Theron, where she adopted a boy, so he's at the mercy of what she's doing. No, Dwayne went and got her. And by the way, the woman that she was with before was a stripper and fucking insane. So Dwayne has a track record. So yes, like Fantastic said, that shit is all his fault.
Okay, so all right, so y'all ready for me to start looking at this shit? So what power does a black man have in the Hollywood eye and all those kind of endorsements and shit?
Show me where he's in Hollywood.
The power to influence his own child.
Show me where he's in Hollywood.
Not too long ago, y'all was saying that the state has more power than you.
Nigga, I never said that, nigga. I still hold that stance.
I said that.
Ain't in the Hollywood eye, nigga. Your ass making bootleg TV.
BMT, I said that, and I said that the only power you have is your individual power to do what you want to do on your own.
Okay,
hold on, hold on, BMT. That was the whole premise of this. The premise of the stream, brother. We're getting. I'm alluding to the fact of that the state is moving more so into the household and taking more rights and more power away from the parents as the day go by. Especially you're living in these liberal, extremely liberal states like California or New York or some shit like that. And anything on the fucking West Coast, Oregon, Washington State, shit like that, to where these are the hubs and pretty much like the test points for these programs, you know, and for this social engineering. Go ahead.
No, okay. So, and the thing about it, and I'm looking at it as marketing. I'm just being honest. We're just gonna look at it from marketing 101.
Propaganda.
His kid get out there and say, "Yo, I came out being gay. My dad starts shunning me and shit." Them niggas gonna eat that man up like a field day and shit on his ass. And I mean, it's not like black men have a social network. Hey, bro, we got your back or some shit. So this man is like, well, fuck. Either A, I'm gonna just go with the gay money train and get that bread. Or fuck, I mean, I got two.
Bro, that's disgusting, bro.
Where the fuck
I got a question, gentlemen.
So I don't know why you talking like, well, shit, I got you, Dwayne. You got $1 million, you gonna throw Dwayne?
Right,
nigga, wait. Okay, so how much is your son, BMT? How much is your son, bro? How much is it? How much, BMT?
Hold on, CD. BMT, I don't really understand the angle that you coming with. And that's the source of why a lot of these
you're not thinking that these people play by a different rules than we do. I'm telling you,
you act like the only motherfuckers that are gay are rich.
Gentlemen, I have a question.
BMT sound like he fine as long as he in that circle. He got to play by their rules. If you was in that class, you would play by the rules, BMT.
Number one, that's not true because he's a basketball player. So when you talk about endorsement, Dwayne Wade ain't even got. You act like Dwayne Wade out here like Russell Wilson or some shit like that with massive endorsements. Most of Dwayne Wade's money has always come from his contracts. So no. And by the way, he's got two older brothers as sons as well. So that doesn't fit the pattern.
He only got one. He only got one.
Okay, so that don't.
Man, it ain't no amount of money or opportunity, my nigga. No matter what class or circle I'm running in, bro. I'm not doing it, my nigga. I'm not going.
Then just don't get mad when you don't get them type of checks. So shit.
What do you talk about checks, nigga?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Then what's the check, nigga? What's the check for your son, BMT?
Listen. It ain't no secret that the gay mafia got power, man.
Y'all niggas crazy, man. I gotta get up out of this bitch, bro.
Hold on. Hey, listen, bro. BMT, why do you keep coming with this check shit, bro? Again, wait, BMT, chill. Wait, just hear me out, man. First, keep it taking with the $2. Appreciate you, bro. Dwayne Wade encourages this. Salute to Ty City 100. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, BMT. You've already disproved and agreed to the disproving of the whole. He's doing it for a check shit, bro. Dwayne Wade had $100 million contract in the fucking NBA, bro, before his son was even like 3 years old. At one point in time, Dwayne Wade had one of the highest max contracts in the NBA, man.
His last one was $50 million with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, and he just got a pretty much a retirement fucking package from Chicago Bulls that he played off over the last 2 years in the last 2 seasons before he even got out. So you're trying. Hold on.
What's he doing now? What's he doing now?
Hold on, bro. Wait, BMT, hold on. You're doing a false equivalency, bro. Dwayne Wade isn't a fucking rap artist. Dwayne Wade isn't an actress or actor or actress. Dwayne Wade is an athlete. That money is guaranteed, bro. He got money in the bank that's been stacked for 17 years from just strictly fucking NBA. Not to mention his endorsements. Dwayne Wade had one of the people don't know a lot about this because niggas don't fuck with the shoe game. But Dwayne Wade was one of the people that was a pioneer for the Chinese shoe game, Li Ning. All right, because these Chinese people were trying to get into the shoe market, the basketball shoe market, but they were only known in fucking in China, of course. So he even had one of the best and lucrative fucking shoe contracts.
I didn't know that.
So again, all of his money is guaranteed, bro.
I bought a pair of those shoes.
What you think he turning his son gay for what? Gabrielle career?
I don't know about all that. I just think he just said fuck.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to understand the Hollywood connection. That's all because Gabrielle Union's the only one.
But hold on, hey, before we go, Ramil ain't saying shit, man. Let's let Ramil get in here and then we'll hop back around. I'm gonna bring Hulk in here and I'm gonna drop down. Go ahead, Ramil. Ramil, you there? That nigga on mute. Ramil, anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is the question. So Ty City, you heard this question yesterday, and so I'm gonna start with Edward, and you guys can go around. So here's a scenario question to put ourselves in the driver's seat. So let's assume you have a son, whether you have 1 or 2 sons or your only son, okay? And you see this behavior that's happening. You see your son is going to the left. What would you do if you're in that position and that is your child, assuming that your partner is in the household, whether you're single or married? What would you do when you are in this situation, seeing your son go off to the left and assuming that all of your efforts fail? What comes after that? Would you disown the child? Would you, as some people have said,
I'm disowning that motherfucker.
What would you do?
Yeah, you don't want to ask Ramil that shit. Don't ask Ramil that
shit. Here's the thing, real quick. I want to say this real quick. There was BMT earlier said that when we was growing up, that shit was always around. Here's the difference. When we was growing up, the parents of those children weren't encouraging the shit. So it was always like a taboo subject. So it's a different dynamic now because now parents are encouraging. When we had that couple gay dudes in high school, their parents weren't saying, yeah, go ahead, be gay. Nah. You know what I mean? So it's a different dynamic because now the parents are encouraging it. And that, yes, if you're pushing your child towards that shit and they're preteen, that's molestation, though. I'm gonna have to agree with Edward on that.
I don't know, man, but listen, bro, we all knew that goddamn choir director or that damn tambourine player boy was something was different about him.
Was still behind.
Like we all knew, nigga. Come on, that wasn't
my son, nigga. I'm gonna answer
like we all knew that nigga was gay, boy.
But
the parents
weren't encouraging. At least answer his question real quick. I'm gonna at least answer. You talk about you want to know the truth. The goddamn truth. The goddamn truth is that's why if I have a kid, I'm not only having one because just like how you have multiple kids in case one of them die, that's another contingency that if I do have kids, I know I'm not having more than one, and that will be reflected in who gets my legacy. That's real fucking talk. I won't disown them. But I promise you, they're getting put in the fucking, just like what was that Tiffany Trump? They're getting put in the fucking back. So yeah, that's
all right. Real quick, let me appreciate you, bro. Dwayne Wade is living vicariously through his son. I wouldn't be surprised on that, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Dwayne Wade came out as bisexual or some shit.
Wait, so I said that, and that made no sense.
Shout out to O'Shea, man. O'Shea in the building. Hit me with them Ugandan, whatever in the hells. Hotep, appreciate you, bro. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why I disown it is because they want to make a grown decision after all the providing I'm doing. You think you got the right to make a decision like this when you a little ass kid? Hell no. Okay, bye. You know what I mean? We're gonna call them people. You get up out of here because that's a decision no child should be making. I'm sorry. They got no right to do that. What happened to you too? You too young for that. Remember you tried to get a tattoo when you were young? What your parents say? No, wait till you grown.
Shit,
what happened to that?
These kids emancipating themselves at
they
the age of 15.
entitled. Fuck that.
You can most of these kids nowadays, especially if you know where to go, you can go straight to the goddamn CSS and emancipate yourself from your parents and literally say, well, I choose to go live on my own. Like we got it now with people, some people they do that. I know in certain places like Mississippi, there's some people they rather put their kids out and just say, well, fuck it, you on your own, you ass out, like get out the house. I mean, that shit happening. So now a lot of these niggas, they just doing that now. Well, I mean, I get what you're saying with that, Ramel. And I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, that's why I said he has 3 other kids. Like, one kid says I'm gay. The other 3, he's like, well, fuck it. I got 3 other kids. So that's you doing you. It is what it is. I mean, my wife was just showing me that he's doing modeling now. So this little nigga's making some little checks. Trying to make on that modeling. I guess he's trying to get on what Desmond and Jazz and them doing. Those motherfuckers gonna be Disney kids and go their own way. Like, ain't shit we can do about that. If that's what they gonna do, we already understand. Take your ass to goddamn Africa or some country where you can beat it out of your child if you feel you got to do that. I mean, but we.
I'm gonna answer the question the same way I answered it yesterday, bro. I ain't got to worry about that shit. So I mean, that's just how it's gonna go, my nigga.
Well, here's the thing on that. Here's the thing on that, fellas. I'm looking at stuff in real time. It's almost 6 or 7 hours a day in these high schools, and it's crazy. They do a lot of things early, and they've been indoctrinated. So all this stuff about Dwayne Wade and all that kind of stuff, they already prepared for this stuff. Then, I think BMT was talking about as far as the child being a package deal in the contract. If you look at how a lot of these celebrities, how their children come out, I mean, in large numbers, they're always going that way. There's always something crazy about them. And we're sitting there scratching our heads. I'm like, this stuff here is part of some kind of contract. But the thing is, we can't prove it, but we ain't stupid either. So the thing is that even though these celebrities are supposed to be examples for us, that they say, we always following these people or politicians. I mean, it's the best thing to do is don't really worship these people and hold on to your child. Because that's the direction where we're going.
Yeah, man. Art, saying the thing I was saying the other day, man, with this whole Snoop Dogg thing and everything else, bro. It's okay to value a guy for his talents, whether it be athletics, whether it be sports, or so on and so forth. But especially, man, as the adults, as a kid is one thing. As a kid, you see this person that can do these phenomenal things, athletically or whatnot, and so on and so on. So you get caught up, right? Because that's you want to be able to do what that person does, but you have to, learn. As when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put away childish things. And understand that, man, you can't be following these motherfucking celebrities and shit, bro, when you're a grown ass man, especially when it comes to parenting and shit like this, because like you said, and shout out to Art, man, this shit is obviously, but if you can't see that this isn't like planned or scripted to some degree, I don't know what's wrong with you, because there's no reason for a man that, again, who was a masculine sport dominated fucking legend to openly promote and encourage his son to be this for the LGBT community. Again, his son was like one of the premier people at this gay pride parade a couple years back. Right. And this is the same, hey, I don't know if you guys have heard, man. I've been told that some people, it's video out there of especially like the ones in San Francisco and shit, of dudes literally having sex out in the middle of the streets, bro, in these gay pride parades, bro, and nothing happens. Okay, they do
a lot out there. Letting your child go to a atmosphere where grown men are, doing these type of acts publicly. How is that not molestation to a degree?
Yeah, if you go to a strip club, if you go into a fucking strip club and you're underage, okay, I got a question. What happens if you go to a club if you're underage? Even in laws, you could be 21 and then the age of consent could be like 16. What happens? The dude gets thrown away, put in a registry, lock and key, fuck. So if we go all the way down
what I said,
to like pre-vested. That's what I'm
saying.
They already started doing that with the like that's what I'm saying, man. Some of y'all are a little bit late to the shit. Like they already got it with grown ass niggas be damn kissing boys in the street now.
We are very aware of what the environment on the ground
now
is.
I'm gonna show you the easy model, man. Like look at Will Smith's son. Look at the
you gonna make me sound like Taz, man.
The two kids that were in the Hollywood Eye, Willow and Jaden, they all kind of crazy wearing dresses. I identify as a tree and shit. Now look at the older child who ain't never been in the Hollywood. Only time we seen that nigga was one time or seen him on a YouTube, like a YouTube vlog. That boy, he's normal. That nigga just going to school to be a medical doctor.
BMT, nigga, they gonna get Taz in them old take this clip and they gonna hear
the kid that's not in the Hollywood public eye. He's the most normal one in that fucking house. Like he only comes back just to like pick up some socks and leave. The other kids that are all out there and shit. They crazy as fuck.
We understand.
When y'all get a chance, I just want to say something real quick.
Okay, we understand the why. Stop educating us like we don't know. But what are
you doing too?
The difference between you and me and Ramil can speak for himself, is it sounds like you justifying it, like you giving some righteousness to
I
it
just don't give a shit.
That's why. It's like me saying, if a man hit a woman because a woman called him a bitch. Okay, I understand that he hit her because of that, but that doesn't mean I'm co-signing that he hit her because of that. You see what I'm saying? And it sounds like you're co-signing it because you understand it. I understand why.
I do get it more. I think my I get it, but I'm a parent, and maybe I get how parents maneuver on some shit.
I was trying.
Yeah, let me say something real quick. I'm gonna jump off in a second.
You ain't gotta give me. I wanted in on this.
This nigga's committed.
Yeah, y'all gonna be going for a minute. But let me just say this, man. When it comes, this is socially engineered chaos. If you think about the inception of sports entertainment. I even said this on another panel that the government has something called the Freedom of Information Act and Operation Mockingbird that puts Hollywood and all this stuff. It's all the talent is a distraction from the true agenda. These people are placed. Their talents and stuff are real, but keep in mind the talents are a distraction. I love sports, but sports are a distraction. It's the tool that you get people to look one way while you feed them something in the other way. And this all goes back to, we know sports comes from slavery, whether you want to look at black people in the slave trade or go back to the Sparta or ancient Rome where they did the Colosseum and they fought people to keep the fear in the public. And let's keep in mind that the agenda of all of this is pretty clear. It's taking the rights away from the household and giving away more rights and control to the government. That's what this is all about. The government right now is becoming more powerful to determine what everything is, and it's less coming from the home. So regardless to what we want to put the blame on, the end goal and the end game is the same. The government are making laws to take the rights out of whoever they want to take them out of. So if the government says that being gay, it needs to be pushed in the schools and you can't live off the grid and there's no way you can run. If you try to homeschool your child, we're going to take your child away or put you in prison. this is all an agenda to control us, regardless. Like all of this stuff is socially engineered chaos, because the more the people are crazy, the more it seems like the government needs to come in.
I disagree that it's the government, bro.
Hold on, bro. You can disagree. Hold on, I get that. I get that, but
the fact that the LGBT
hold on.
Put their money
look,
I'm
with y'all.
They're funding this.
I'm with you, but
yes, exactly.
but regardless to what's happening, the end game is still the same. The end game is, regardless if they're buying it, it's still making the government more powerful in the lives of everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe heterosexual, masculine black men should be doing the same strategies as the LGBT.
I agree.
For the past goddamn 20 years.
I agree, but I'm just saying the people. Let me tell you, I agree, but the end goal is, regardless to what we should be doing and what we're not doing, the end goal has not changed for years, and it's not looking like it's going to change, because right now, more laws.
Nigga, you just being defeatist. I'm just gonna say that right now. Let's keep.
No, I'm not being. Hold on. No, you just said. Hold on, Edward. Let me respond to that. Edward, you're going to diatribe, bro. You're going to diatribe. Hold on, Edward, calm down. Look, I'm not being defeated, bro, because I'm with y'all. I think that a man should not bend to no agenda for any reason. I don't care if we got to be homeless until he dies. You do not let no agenda destroy your children.
Said when you black men need to collectively get power and participate in the
government. I said yes.
And you said yes. Then you said that shit don't matter because the end goal is the end goal. Did you not say that?
No. I didn't say it doesn't matter. I said it's
did
still.
I fucking hear that? Okay, maybe I'm hearing.
But hold on. Listen, mate, because you cut me off and I couldn't even hear myself. So let me articulate it so we can be clear on the issue. I agree. I think parents should be in control of their children. But I'm just trying to tell you that while we're fighting, regardless to what we're doing right now, presently, the laws are being affected that men have to speak up. We have to take control of our lives. We need to get money. We need to start buying institutions, promote the values that we want in society. I agree with all that, but I'm just saying that that's the hidden goal behind all of this. Regardless to how weak men are being.
I will say this. The problem with black men and like a lot of black men, and look, I understand I talk a lot, so I know people could throw the intellectual masturbation tag at me, but there's the truth and then there's what the reality is. And what I mean is, the reality is you have no power. That's the short of it. You have no power, but this is why I always talk about hyper individualism. I am an individualist, but I'm not a hyper individualist, because there's certain things that you can only do at a collective group level. So black men, there's certain things, baseline things that black men are going to have to agree on. Where Mills talk about where you need to understand power and participate it is one thing. To me, what a lot of black men will do, and I'm not saying you're doing it spiritual, but they will sit there and try to find the truth, because the truth means they don't got to do shit. So this is what pastors
No.
do.
No, the truth is actually knowing what's happening so we can actually make a viable decision to actually effectively deal with it. If we don't know what's really happening, we're fighting the air. Because let me tell you something, we can talk about black men need to do all this. It's not working. Niggas are still lazy. Niggas are still stupid. It's not working.
They don't accept because they don't accept what's happening.
But why don't they accept it? Let's get to the problem.
No, they can know, but they just don't accept it. Like I can.
But why don't they accept it? Why don't they accept it?
Hold on. I can know the world is round and still accept it as it's flat. So why they're not accepting it? Because they emotionally don't want to. Like most black.
But why? But what does that mean? What does that? How do you fix that? How do you fix that? How do you fix it?
You can't.
Well,
so what do we do? That sounds defeated. That sounds defeated.
I want to know what Edward means by we don't have power.
What do you mean?
What do you mean that we don't have power? Could you elaborate on that? Because I disagree with that.
You disagree that black men individually have no power.
We don't.
No. What? Okay. So I'm thinking you're talking about a different.
No political leverage.
I'm thinking you're saying we don't have any power in terms of this particular context that we're talking in, not outside the box.
Okay. So black men. Again, my whole theory, it's not a theory, it's fact. Black men are in a gynocracy. So you don't even have a power to tell your own bitch what to do. So you want to go in the greater society. Nah, she goes along with it. Do something that she don't like, and then you'll find out real quick where your power really is. But she'll go, but then we have to change the whole tectonic plates of the American society. The only thing you can really do as black men is you have to separate. and you have to aggregate together. Yeah, you can participate in the. I'll give you a perfect example. You don't see Muslims going gay like this. You don't see Hispanics to a certain extent pulling this shit to that level because they have things like their language and shit. Like they're a big group, but they're not the ones that's put up front and fucking center like we are all the time. There's a reason they always go back to black men to do this shit, and they don't spread the wealth, so to speak. There's a reason.
So I have a question there. So if we don't have power, right? And again, I subtly disagree. So on situations like this, let me pose another scenario question.
Okay, well, give me an example of a power because you haven't established power.
No, that's
hey, look,
that's
my bad, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go. I just want to say thank y'all, and we gotta finish this because look, I don't disagree with anybody except for anybody who says that the parents don't have control. The parents should be controlling their children. So other than that, I'm gonna finish this up, but I gotta run, y'all. Peace out. Thanks, Mr. Fantastic.
So give me an
example. Hold on, Ramil. When you said that comment earlier that addressing or trying to waiver a child's sexuality is molestation. That's what you said, right?
Pushing them, yes. If you're forcing and encouraging it on especially if it's unnatural, yes.
So you're saying if it's unnatural, then it's molestation.
No, I'm saying either way.
Because you're going against.
Because men try to push our sons to be heterosexual. So that would meet the criteria of what you're saying.
No, you're not pushing it. You're not pushing that because when you grow up, human biology declares you that's you're going to be anyway because that's human nature. How can you push something that's nature? That's like saying you're going to push somebody to eat. That's like saying, hold on. That's like saying you're going to push somebody to eat. You're going to push somebody to eat. That doesn't make sense because you have to have heterosexual sex to reproduce.
So you know how I know that's a lie. You know I know that's a lie.
In this way, hold on, Edward. Pushing them to eat in this way would be the sexuality, but controlling their diet would be the disagreement that we have there.
So I got a question. So
hold on, Edward, hold on. So what you're saying, Ramil, is you think that pushing them to do something unnatural is the issue because when the son comes to his father, he starts liking girls, and he's like, "Dad, you know what I do?" And his dad starts giving him game and stuff, whatever. That is pushing him towards whatever sexuality.
Wait.
Stop. Yeah. So at what age did you?
Hold on, Edward. Hold. Let me Milo. Shout out to the gang. Fire. What about in vitro fertilization? Get the kid without the problems. Yeah, man. That's a suggestion too. That's people are coming up with. But Josh, quick, say something, bro. Josh, say something.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. So real quick, let me say this, bro. We go. How about look, bro? Bro, I'm not encouraging my son. I don't have to encourage my son. I don't consider you. Am I really encouraging my son to be what he naturally is? Like Ramil said.
That's what I'm saying.
Is that you're naturally the natural order? Hold on. The natural order that can't be disputed. Can't be. Look. Homosexuality is an anomaly, bro. It is, and that's why they call it queer. It's something strange. It's not the norm. Okay. If everybody was to become homosexual, what would happen? People would go extinct. Okay. You have to have sexual activity and heterosexual relationships in order for the human race to survive.
Listen,
so I can't encourage. Hold on. Let me get it out, bro. Like Ramil was saying, bro, I can't really encourage you. All I have to do is support you in doing something that you're naturally inclined to do, something you're naturally motivated to do, and something that you naturally just know to do anyway. And we know this by fact. Again, if I tell you this, if you put a young boy that's like 2 or 3 years old in front of a gay couple kissing, you know what that young boy's gonna do? He's gonna ask you, why are those men kissing?
Fantastic. Right. The fuck is wrong with you? You're encouraging puberty. The fuck is wrong with you as a parent?
Look, bro. Again, listen.
You're encouraging puberty.
That boy is going to know that something is not right with that. It's intrinsic, bro. It's intrinsic. Yeah. It's just like
y'all can say this intrinsic thing, and I agree with what y'all saying, by the way, except for this part. What y'all are saying, the outcome we agree on, but the wording is different because homosexuality is not, the majority of people are not homosexual, but some people are homosexual.
And some people are pedophiles.
Right. And so what I'm saying is we should not say that because you're encouraging or whatever. Either way, because that happens on both sides. You should just say that you're against it for whatever reason, and that's why you say that you're incriminating the other side. I'm telling you, you're saying the same thing for the other.
No, I'll prove it. I'll prove it with one quick statement. I'll prove it with one quick statement. When's the last time your dad? Hold on. When's the last time? When was your dad? Has your dad ever taken you to a strip club? Or your stepdad?
No.
Never? Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, that's the equivalent of going to a gay pride parade. Especially when you know what the fuck goes on in that shit. I can say the same thing about a slut rally if you take a little girl to that. So my thing is, that is the equivalent of encouraging at the level at which what Dwayne Wade did. Because he took his son to if you said you wanted to go to a strip club at 12 years old, what do you think your male figure is going to say? The fuck is wrong with you? No, don't ask me that again. But Dwayne Wade, no gay pride parade.
You're denying that.
So let's take it back.
Wouldn't find any issue with taking their son to a strip club or something like that. They would call it the right time.
I'm saying, okay, we know Dwayne Wade went out of his way to take his son to a gay pride parade. We all know it's not no fucking pageant like the Puerto Rican Day Parade or some shit like that. Gay. There's some sexual shit that goes on there as far as hiding up. And I'm not like the slut walk too. So we can keep it heterosexual, right? So my point is that's the metric. So as far as I'm concerned, a strip club would be like the heterosexual equivalent of that based on what you're saying. Because you're trying to frame it like, oh, well, heterosexual men do it too. No. I'll ask another question. When have your daddy allowed, when was the earliest age your dad or your stepdad allowed you to fuck in his house? You know, that's the encouragement.
You're being disingenuous.
No, I'm not. You're just being cornered. I've said it.
There is no being cornered. There is no being cornered. I'm telling you that if you both sides are encouraging what they want to happen, is what I'm telling you. Now we're encouraging to be heterosexual because that's the outcome that we want. But both sides are encouraging what they want to happen. And yes, being heterosexual, I would say, is the more natural path. But
when my mother, how do you encourage something? How do you encourage something that's natural, dude? I don't.
When my mother made me go to church, that is encouraging me to be Christian. That is not the same as you are what you are and talking about puberty. You are having false equivalencies, and we can agree to disagree on that. But I'm just saying it's not the same. You can frame it that way. I'll let the audience decide. Everybody's saying that with you, but go ahead.
You know what? In the beginning, it wasn't about encouragement at all.
Everybody makes it wrong.
What did that side of the fence? What did that side of the fence want originally? At the very beginning, what did they want? Can anybody answer that? What did they want?
What side of the fence?
The left side.
Oh, you're talking about
the breakdown in family so that they
have the homosexual community.
They said they wanted equality, but it was never about equality. It was about supremacy. They didn't want equality.
No, sir. That's not what they wanted.
Okay, so maybe I don't know. What did they want?
What they wanted was to be able to express their behavior, choice, or lifestyle publicly. That's initially what they wanted, right? If you went out to the park and you seen man kissing man and woman kissing woman, they wanted to be able to have that public display of affection and not to be ostracized for it. That's what they wanted initially. So they got it, right? They got that. We left them alone. Okay, do what you got to do. So then it became more
pervasive. Even Boosie gave them that.
Yeah, it became, but I'm just saying, back in the day, it became more pervasive. So I think one of you guys just said you got, pedophiles and rapists and stuff like that.
Yeah, I said it. That's why I put molestation on the table.
Right,
go ahead.
Right, which is
misunderstand the definition of courage.
Which is absent heterosexual or homosexuality.
Misunderstand the definition of Hollywood.
That's a mindset. That's a mindset. If we didn't
Epstein got killed for a reason.
If we didn't have a word for heterosexuality or homosexuality, you would still have a predator mindset. But what I'm saying is, the homosexuals, they became more pervasive at every step of the totem pole they got what they wanted, and then they asked for more. So it's like, okay, I want to be able to kiss my partner in the mouth in public, and people not bother me for it. Okay, here you go. Okay, well now I want to be able to do this at the motherfucking NBA finals while I'm sitting on the front row. We might not sell you seats if you do that because we're not too comfortable with that. Well, I'm going to sue. They got that. Okay, now I want to be able to go further and further and further. Now we're at a point where it becomes, with money is involved. See, that was the game changer. Money became a factor. If the homosexual community didn't have powerful people who were really somebody in business, then we wouldn't be having a conversation. They would have never have been able to get laws and lobbyists on the books to get what they want. So now we're at the point where they have what they want.
They want supremacy, and they always did.
Now it is about supremacy.
Same thing with feminism. And no, it was always about supremacy. It was always, they just said equality because they wanted to roll it in, but it was always about supremacy. Because you got to remember, all these things are vectors of white supremacy. Feminism is a vector of white supremacy, and the same thing with the alphabet community. It's a way of creating minorities out of the majority. This is why black people can't. This is obvious when you really know what you're looking at. So the problem is people take it one step at a time. And I'll say this, just to prove it's not the same. When you look at, and I'm sure Ramil can speak to this better than I can because he's in real estate, but when you look at commercial real estate laws and zoning laws, strip clubs are heavily regulated no matter what zone they're in, unless you're in like fucking Vegas or in certain areas. Same thing with when you're shooting, you may not know this, but when you're shooting porn and shit, that shit is heavily regulated, heavily watched, because people forget we live in a Puritan society. But with
real quick, hold on. Edward. So apparently, man, let me get up. Shout out to Black Uber Strike for the 5 points. Thank you, brother. Is encouraging your kids to be a Christian equal to encouraging your kids to be Satan? No, yeah. The total opposite. Yeah. Hold on. It's funny you brought that up, Edward, because apparently I think it might have been Cali. They had an actual porn filming in a library, bro. They had a porn filming in a library here over the last couple of weeks during the working hours, man. And I don't know if kids saw it or some shit. Let me see. Hold up. Let me Google it.
What library?
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah. That super chat, that question he asked, what will be the difference?
There is no difference. It's religion. But that's not the same thing. Yeah. But you're not born one religion or another. You are born one sexuality or another. And by the way,
so you're saying that nobody's born gay? Are you saying that nobody's born gay? No. Are you saying nobody's born gay?
No, they're not, bro. No. They're not. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you this. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this. You want to play? I'll go and pull up some pictures of motherfuckers fucking dogs, and then I'll tell you how that shit is just natural, and that's how they came up with too. We're talking about things that we've been socially taught to accept. Back in the day, you were considered crazy, and they removed that out of the goddamn.
Hold on. Those people that you're talking about that are having relations with animals or whatever, they're if that's what they're attracted to, then that's what they're attracted to. That behavior is reprehensible, but that's how they are. Just like some people are born retarded, some people are born with all kinds of problems.
Brother.
Okay, so J.I., man. So the past couple weeks, man, you've been saying some questionable things, man. Like you've been saying some questionable things, dog. You been on my panel. You was on my panel, dog, saying some.
No, about the dog stuff, y'all are thinking too small-minded with that.
Nigga.
Y'all are confusing. Y'all are saying something natural.
Nigga,
you been saying some questionable things, my nigga.
Listen, bro. Yeah, let me say this real quick, bro. Listen, bro, you're I'm not gonna. You're one of the people as to why shit is wild the way it does, man. Listen, bro. There's limitations, man. Some shit just to be like, nigga, that's wild, nigga. No, nigga, not no explanation. Not a nigga tell me, hey, man, I drove by this motherfucking cow farm yesterday, and I just can't resist. Go give me some of that cow pussy. Now, I'm gonna tell that nigga, no, nigga. Not no explanation. Not no.
Man, this nigga J.I. man.
I'm not saying if you think intellectually you can think about this. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be some acts of behavior that should be punished or disallowed. You all are saying that because it should be disallowed doesn't make it natural.
You know, R. Kelly.
For children, yes, it should be.
Y'all are stuck in this emotional part.
Look, R. Kelly be like, that's what I've been trying to say.
Listen. I gotta say for disclaimer, bro. I'm not saying homosexuality shouldn't be disallowed. Again, let me give my fucking disclaimer. Again, it is your right as an American citizen to have whatever your sexual orientation is, like whoever you like, have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. But what you cannot do is tell me that it's normal. You cannot force me to accept that that is normal when I have science. I have over thousands upon thousands of years of fucking proof from like human activity proof of the way things are supposed to be to tell me that it's not abnormal, bro. That's just, you're never gonna get me to say anything other than that. I can understand and I can I cannot even really give a fuck or care about what you do with your genitals. But what you're not ever going to be able to tell me is that I'm looking at it wrong by saying that no, this is not the way it's supposed to go. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Again, I can take a fucking screwdriver and use it as a hammer, but that's not its fucking purpose of that tool. Okay, I can turn pretty much anything into a fucking hammer, bro. But it's not a hammer. And when you go this homosexual route, that's what you're doing. You're contorting or perverting sex into something that was never the original purpose.
Yes.
And that can't be denied.
Yes. Absolutely. Homosexuality is a desire. It's a desire. That's what it has always been about. Shit. I see he sees that man over there and he wants to have sexual relations with that man. It ain't about I'm curious, it has always been about desire since the beginning of time, since it has been practiced. It was about desire.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so do y'all think Dwayne Wade's still gonna do it?
Gonna do what?
I think
cut his dick off.
I don't think he was saying it he was saying it literally and cutting his dick off. When you heard Boosie say that again, he said by turning him into a woman, you're encouraging him to possibly go that route, to go to the extreme of doing the transition thing. This is what children, and this was the thing. Again, they had this study, right? No. Oh yeah, and I found the porn star thing. I'll put it up for y'all here in a second. I'll share the screen. But they had this study of where they had this little boy that was showing signs of being what do they call it? Gender dysphoria. What happened was that the family had recently had a new baby. I'm gonna mute you up, bro. You clickety clacking and shit. I don't know what the hell going on. But what they had come to find when they finally took the boy to get counseling and things is that the family had recently had a new baby. The new baby was what? A girl. So the young boy realized that the girl, he associated with the girl being a girl and her getting the attention versus him getting, he went from an only child to having an infant sibling, and he thought that because it was a girl, that's why she was getting all the attention. He was unable to comprehend and understand that, hey, an infant needs more attention than you do. So it's not that we don't love you or we don't care about you, or we like girls better. It's just that we have to pay more attention to the baby because she's a baby. And as soon as that was explained to the son, he completely and totally stopped the whole, well, I'm a girl thing. And this was at 4 or 5 years old. So again, when people have a poor, very, very poor understanding of psychology and children in general, man, again, children want to be loved. Children want to be have attention. Again, this is why, shout out to Ramil, we always say what? Women are just like big ass kids. Women and children aren't that far apart from each other. Everything about them is attention based and attention oriented, and they will do whatever is necessary, whether it be bad or good, whether it be normal or abnormal, to get that attention. And a lot of the time, what's happening in this situation, especially when you get with shit like Dwayne Wade, my main thing, especially him having the resources and the money and all the stuff he has, is like, bro, why have you got your son? Why have you got your son some type of counseling? Because it's clearly that something happened, something wrong happened somewhere along the way. And your money is definitely long enough for you to sit down with your son and have him talk to all the people necessary. But because he's willing to fucking whore his son out and sell his son off for the agenda, you know, he's cool with the shit.
And that's another thing. You niggas wouldn't be getting all intellectual about this shit if they try to use that as a vector for saying that's why black men shouldn't touch their kids, because they could be on the DL or some shit like that. Another thing too, as far as his paper being long, Dwayne Wade could easily have a nanny in the house. You know, Miami, you know, Miami, he lives in Miami, they're there. So even the Gabby blaming on, look, I understand Gabby, he shouldn't be with Gabrielle Union because there's a reason why Gabrielle Union ain't got kids. I understand about her fertility and stuff like that, but also her mindset. There's a reason for that, and you clearly seeing that with that kid. But hey, that's what he has control over his own situation, and that's what he chooses to do. Another thing I'm going to say too, and then I'll fall back, is when we talk about having this as an intellectual conversation, it's funny how people will say that, but like in academia, if you don't say the shit that the liberals want you to say, like even when it comes to advocating for black men, and like a lot of, you know, when it comes to misandry, you get kicked out. So it's still within the context of what you want to say. And if you have this intellectual conversation outside of the Western world, that shit might get your ass killed. Like real talk. So who is to say that America has ever been like the guiding light of what intellectualism is, what understanding what righteousness is? We all know that's not true. So for us to kind of say, well, it's just that y'all are not open-minded. No, I've considered all those vectors. That's why I'm giving y'all different examples of it being looked at, measured in different ways, because it would never stack up. Again, I'm for this. If, like Boozy said, if you're gonna be gay, be that. But this shit where you want to start influencing the kids and making that popular, oh, I'm gonna say this. What's that motherfucker that's on fucking PBS right now? You know who I'm talking about? The dude with the dress.
Oh, Billy Porter. Yeah, Billy Porter.
Exactly. That's the same shit. That ain't no intellectualism. That's propaganda. I'm a marketer. It's propaganda. Anyway.
Fucking algorithm.
And on top of that, real quick, I just want to say, man, what's being ignored is the statistics on this. How many people go through this bullshit as kids and change their minds when they get older? There's actually studies on this shit. And most people who do this stupid shit, when they get older, they grow out of it. There's stats on this shit. There's people who got the reassignment surgery and they wish they can go. It's a whole movement of people who did this and they trying to go back. They hate that they did this shit. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you pushing this shit on a kid early. He hasn't even fully developed to make these type of decisions, man. Like, it could be an attention thing. It could be so many things, man.
Them hoes that got them asses and fake titties and shit. When that shit start blowing up, what do they say? I should have did that. Oh my god.
Yeah, fact.
That's foolish. We agree that it should not be done, and that is wrong. So don't think that I'm for whatever he's doing because I disagree with it and it's wrong. We agree on that.
Okay, so I need to understand what I'm hearing wrong then. I know you don't agree. I know you agree that it's wrong.
You said we got a closed mind. You said our minds are closed or some shit.
How is our minds
closed? Y'all are caught up in this. And I know it's not going to reach you because y'all just are not open to what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we're closed-minded.
This whole thing that I said was with Ramil's statement. He said, if you encourage sexuality either way or whatever, it should be considered molestation. And I said, you cannot say that because we encourage sexuality on the other side.
If you're encouraging unnatural, yes. Unnatural sexualization, yes. Because heterosexual activity is natural. It's literally how we are here. We're here because of heterosexual activity. That's why we're here. Because it's part of nature. So that can't be molestation because it's going to happen anyway.
Then I asked you to say that on top of, because words mean something, and which is what I said, and what you said.
But I just said that when you first brought it up.
Sides. And you said, then you have to be unnatural. And then you said, okay, homosexuality is unnatural. And that really It would just depend on what you classify as natural. And I said, just because you disagree with something.
What do you mean? What do you classify as natural? It's point blank. It's. What do you mean classify as natural?
Homosexuality has always been with us since the beginning of time. Now, I'm not even going to go
according to who? According to who?
According to history.
All right,
people have always been gay. So y'all, there's no point in going down that line because y'all cannot separate that argument from the.
Before antiquity, when humans were running around, they were gay. They were gay cavemen. You said there was gay cavemen.
Always been. It's a sexual behavior. There have always been people that do that. That is. What about that do y'all not get? There have always been
because when you look at it, actually, homosexuality is traced to the Greeks and the Romans.
But I'll give you this, Jay. I'll give you an example of how men encourage their children. Because there's a difference between, there's a difference between what Ramil is saying, and then you pushing your child into fucking. There's two different things. Like most parents are not out here telling their boys, you need to, you're a virgin at 12. How are you a virgin still at 12 or 13? You need to go. I'm going to help you get some pussy.
Something like that and blow it all out of proportion to something else when that's not what I said.
Okay, sexuality,
but I know you don't understand. You're not trying to take this to that next level of what I'm saying. You can't separate what else I'm saying from this conversation that we're having now. That I can disagree with what's going on, but disagree with this other premise that you're trying to set at the same time. Because I know that's not where you're at in this conversation. So it's fine. By the definition of encourage, that's what you're doing. To give support or advice to so they will continue to do something. That's what encouragement is. That's what this whole thing started off of.
People don't encourage. Okay, so here's the funny thing about
people don't encourage.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't encourage.
Okay,
all right, chill out. Chill. Wait. Hey, let me do this. Hey, bro, I got 300 motherfuckers in here, bro. I got half the likes. Nigga, we ain't talking about shit else until y'all like the goddamn stream, bro. Like the fucking stream. I need at least 230 more likes in this bitch before we keep going. Or I can just shut this bitch down. All right. So by all means, please like the stream. For whatever reason, or what I don't know what's going on. For what you guys have the 300 people in here, it's hitting the algorithm. I'm starting to get people over here from
hate watchers.
Well, it's not even hate watchers. It's not hate watchers, bro. It's like motherfuckers with content creators. Because I just had somebody in here with 6K subs. I just thought it was one. I thought it was a troll, right? But it's not. It's somebody that really had 6K.
Yeah, Rudimp is in here. Yeah. Yo, yes, this is a motherfucking robbery, y'all. Get them
man. Like the stream, bro. We not talking about shit else. So y'all like the fucking stream, bro. Get that shit up to like at least 220, 230 before we keep going, bro. Like the stream, bro. It's hit one of the hands, nigga. It's free. All right.
You know what you should do? You should show a picture of what's that bitch that created Me Too? You should show a picture of her until we get the likes up. Yeah, you should show a picture of her.
Yeah, man. I need 40. I need like 40 more likes, man. Like the stream, bro.
Yeah, y'all got other troll accounts. Use those accounts, goddammit. I know I got two.
Like the stream, niggas. Like the stream. It's not that hard, man. It's 300 over here, man. Like the stream. Thank you. Here we go. Thank you. Keep going.
All right.
I gave you 12 on 12 different accounts. You good?
I need 30 more.
So
come on, keep going. Hold on, Edward. I know y'all killing brother Edward now. Y'all know Edward got to talk to survive. Come on now. Don't have our brother expire. I need 20 more likes. Come on. Come on now.
Yo, I'm going to my other account and making sure I like it on 2 different accounts.
Shout out to oh my God.
You can't tell me shit. I got the fresh cut. You can't tell me shit today.
I gotta fucking say this shit, man. I think you done stick me the fucking what's name.
Cause I had a point I wanted to throw down, man. Y'all fucking it up.
Yeah, man. Y'all see y'all fucking it up, man. Edward got some heat to drop, man. Wow, man. Ty City sent me this cash out, man. So I gotta say it, man. But from dog fuckers to dog fuckers, what's next? Lord Jesus, man.
We talk about the dogs. That shit go.
I need 10 more likes.
Any of that stuff. Hey, y'all get the likes up so I can finish what I'm saying.
I need 10 more likes, motherfuckers. 10 likes. It's 10.
Sound like you're fucking too many liberal black chicks.
9.
See, this is the problem with when you talk to people about this that can't think past what you're saying, can't really absorb what you're saying. It's from emotionalism.
Well, like
you can't separate what I'm saying.
Hold on. Well, I'm definitely gonna try. So let me do this. Like I was saying, you said that you can't encourage what you are. You can't encourage it. And I see. I don't believe that you're born gay. I believe that's a pure social construct. But you can't.
So then I said we differed on that.
So you can't encourage what you are. So the way most black people, anybody can disagree with the next statement I'm about to say, because I'm curious what y'all think. So most black people don't encourage you to be heterosexual. They respond or react to if you're operating outside of that paradigm, because by definition, that's the track you're supposed to be on anyway. So by definition, that's not encouraging.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna come right back in. Hold up.
Okay, well, like I said, does anybody disagree with that statement I just said?
No.
They read so by definition, you're trying to create. See, and this is where you're creating a false equivalency. Like Mr. Fantastic said it. Like you would think that gay. You look at TV, you look at all this inclusion. You would think gay people are like 30% of. I'm looking at Dwayne Wade and fucking Gabrielle now with that. I'm tired of that workout commercials. Gatorade, stop it. I'm buying Powerade. Fuck you. I'm done with that shit. But anyway, you would think that the homosexual community is like 20%, 30%, the way they keep talking about inclusion. Because they want to include a gay person in all these movies. Don't get me started on that Internal movie. I'm not seeing that shit. What they do in the Paperboy, fuck that. I'm not seeing that. Anyway, my point is, Mr. Fantastic, tell the class, what's the percentage of really mofos that's LGBT? Hello?
I think it's like 1.3%.
Okay, so what is your estimation of folks that are in the closet if you add them to? Like maybe 5, maybe that's aiming high, 6, like DL. You know, let's say that. That is such a smaller minority percentage, you know, of folks that spread across different vectors. Again, you're operating outside of the norm. That's what you see black people respond to. It's not emotion. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm not like homophobic, so this is gonna sound fucked up, but it's like if you see motherfuckers drinking from the fucking toilet or some shit, you're gonna react to that shit. You know, you're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Or if you put sugar in a freezer, let's do that. You're gonna be like, because you're off the normal track. So it's not about, you know, oh, I've Ubered 10,000 rides. Trust me, I've talked to more LGBT people than I care to admit as far as in my fucking car. So I can tell you right now, you're trying to create this intellectual argument, and this is how you assimilate in the ideologies that are not your own for intellectualism. This is how niggas go into the fucking going to fucking academia and then come out saying some crazy ass shit. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, because now they come with that elitist shit. Well, the problem is you have closed minds. You don't understand, you know, and I understand that it's reprehensible, but come on, can we have an intellectual conversation? Last time I checked, 1 + 1 is fucking 2, no matter how smart I am. So anyway, I'll come off this soapbox has been presented to you by Mr. Fantastic, you know, anyway.
Yeah, man, it's pretty simple though. Like I said, 1 + 1 = 2. If you're encouraging a preteen to engage in these behaviors, I'm gonna have to agree. That's gonna have to be borderline molestation with me, dog. Like
you saw how them niggas reacted when I said to everybody. The natural reaction was like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, so how's R. Kelly wrong then? Y'all ain't got.
You talking to me?
No, I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, if I really wanted to nuke the situation, what I would say is that conversation, that intellectual conversation about let them be who they are, that's how you get Nicki Minaj's brother. That's how you get that shit. And if you ask his mom, Nicki Minaj's mom, about that shit, she's in fucking denial about that shit till this very day. That shit starts when you're younger. They tell you most and I'm not trying to make this about molestation, so this is like I'm gonna speak of it. Most sexual deviants, regardless of if we're gonna talk about LGBT, molested, whatever, that's outside of the norm like that shit starts younger. They say the same thing about serial killers too. So this 12-year-old shit, and by the way, this what didn't start when he turned 12 years old. This has been going on for what, like 2 years now, right? With him, this has been going on for a lot longer. It's just this is when they decided to come out with it. So again, Dwayne Wade is not brave. He's a coward. If this would have been in the 2000s, you would never hear him saying this. And he would probably do the opposite if he believed it would fuck up his NBA career. So let's not act like Dwayne Wade's a hero or anything like that. You know, I'm from Chicago. I'm ashamed. You know what? That nigga's from the suburbs. You know, he's not from the city limits. He's getting, he's in Cook County, but he ain't from Chicago doing that stupid shit. Anyway, so where the fuck is everybody at? Everyone want to see like
I'm from Chicago as well, though. As a fellow Chicagoan, that shit definitely does not make the city look healthy. I'll put it like that.
Yeah. Ask Corey Holcomb about. I'm gonna tell you, Corey Holcomb would not want to speak on this because he's a fan of Dwayne Wade, not a fan, but he don't like throwing people like that under the bus unless they piss him off. But
man,
Corey
Dwayne Wade is fucking dead to me, bro. He's done. He's out of here.
Yeah. I'm serious.
Nigga dead.
Hey, let me get at what you said about this normality thing, because what we trying to make the point that a small population, so that is abnormal. The point that I'm saying, at the further risk of you guys misunderstanding that I can still disagree with it while still holding this position as well. Everything is relative to time and place. Slavery used to be the norm, and it would just be normal. Now it would be abnormal if you saw somebody getting whipped in a cotton field while picking cotton. It would be abnormal now. You see, you're not understanding that these things change, and you can still think they're right or wrong while understanding that these things change depending on the place and the time. Just because it's a small percentage, and we'll never know the true percentage because for obvious reasons, people are not honest about that, and that's where you get the term in the closet. Anyway, for obvious reasons, it's not looked on favorably by the majority of society. Okay, but that doesn't make it not normal.
You really brought slavery in this bitch to defend the gay
y'all
rights.
Just hear certain words and just go off.
I
Y'all
just
don't even
wanted to put
understand
that
what's
out
being
there.
said. You just hearing certain words and then just running with it. That's why they put comments in.
Am I the only one hearing the
You're not even understanding what I'm saying. You're just hearing certain words and then just going off.
Well, no,
that's actually not true.
Brother. When you say bro, again, when you do use slavery to compare or to explain LGBT
norm.
Again, well, it's not even an equal comparison though. It's a false equivalency, bro. There's anything that could be comparable of LGBT movement to slavery. It's just not.
You're not comparing slavery to LGBT. I'm comparing the normalcy of something. Still, that's but riding horses. Then
I understand where you
ride horses.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Ride horses.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah,
but you're not. That's the emotionality of it.
Well, it's not even emotionality. Even hold on. Even in analogies, bro, they're comparable, more comparable analogies, brother. You got to accept that now. Come on now. That's like saying you can. There's such thing as bad analogies. We can agree upon that, right? Can we agree that there's such thing as a bad analogy?
Bad because you felt that it was with the slavery thing is too emotional.
I'm really not, bro. This has nothing to do with emotionality. That was just a bad analogy. You went to the extreme. You went to the extreme of slavery, chattel slavery, and fucking niggas getting whipped in cotton fields to the comparison of people having a like or dislike for homosexuality.
No. Not to compare the people having a like or dislike. To compare that things can once be considered normal and then not be considered normal. Things can once be considered normal. That's all. That was the normalcy, not gay.
Again, I agree. I understand that fully. But you know what you did? You still gave a much better and comparable analogy by saying horse and buggy versus riding in a car. It's still.
Wait. See, that's all right. You got it. I'm not gonna push this one.
Yeah, I disagree
on that.
Your own point. You just did it.
No, I did not, because it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, bro.
Why is using slavery using to having been existed in the past?
Bro, I'm not. Listen. First and foremost, if you've been watching me long enough, and I'm pretty sure you have. I'm not a slavery apologist. I'm not one of these because of slavery ass niggas. All I'm saying is that, bro, you just did it by fucking saying, hey, the horse and buggy analogy is along the same levels. Or like, motherfuckers, let's say, even if you want to use the racism thing, segregation versus, segregation versus integration. versus slavery, bro. It's a lot more comparable now. But let's not hang up there. Fuck it. Josh Quick, $2. Dwayne Jade. All right, man. I think what we the ultimate thing is this, bro. And shout out to Cyberlon 7th, man. Hey, Edward, you got people coming for your motherfucking your title, man. You starting a movement, Edward. Niggas up here coming with these dissertations and soliloquies, and I'm just like, man, like they want to take Edward's spot, man. Got what going on here? But
so we only got room for one of them niggas.
Yeah,
there's only one nigga
Edward,
who can.
Edward is the originator, niggas. Edward is the real deal Holyfield. He is a one of one. Y'all, it will never be another. All right. But
hey, I got an analogy for y'all. There's a lot of people that think the shit RBR say is normal, and they'll listen to that nigga for like an hour.
Where's RBR? I ain't seen RBR in a minute. RBR still.
I haven't seen RBR.
That nigga in a insane asylum somewhere. He didn't find.
I haven't seen OG either.
OG said he was gone. OG gone, man. OG out in fucking Wakanda.
He said he quit. He said
he told her he was gonna be done by the at the beginning of the year. I think he made like a guest appearance here and there a couple times on here. You might say what's up in the chat, but he pretty much done with YouTube, man. He said he going back to the motherland, bro.
He said
But yeah, man. Listen, bro, and I'm not gonna belabor this shit too long, man. It's been a pretty good one. I gotta get some shit. I gotta make sure I get some shit did today. So closing statements, man, for everybody. Go ahead, J.I.
All right, all I'm saying is we all are in agreement on this being wrong and what he's doing being wrong. What I was saying is people have to get to a place where they can hear what you're saying, understand what you're saying in other contexts, okay, and still understand that you can agree with them on something else and not get caught up in these little triggering words that they hear and actually hear what somebody's saying instead of just instantly rejecting it and be able to think a little deeper about some things. I'm gonna leave it like that. But I am against what he's doing because I know some stupid people are going to hear what I said and not be able to understand that. I'm against what he's doing completely, and you should not be trying to do that to children.
Edward.
At the end of the day, I'll the way I checkmate, it ain't even about me being right. I'm just putting it out here. The reason why I made the comment, I'm not accusing Dwayne Wade of being a molester. I want to be very clear about that. The reason why I brought that to the table is because at the end of the day, you should not be sexualizing your children. Like it again, I mean, we could say it's both ways, but I made it sexualized in general. And if you could show me that nigga encourage taking somebody to a strip club, or they're sitting here pushing, like saying, okay, you can fuck in my house. They're like pushing them like that. Then I would say, no, that's bad parenting, because that, number one, motherfuckers need to be kids because they want to age us up as fast as possible. Anyway, we're black men at the age of like 8, so it is what it is. It is what it is. As far as this original topic with the government, that's actually a really great angle. That's an angle I actually did not think about it, where it's like they're terraforming it. So it's more the state on some communism shit. But hey, Trump gonna win anyway, so that shit gonna stop. So I'll leave it at that.
It's gonna be a minute. Ramil.
Hey man, like I said, man, I'm in agreement with Edward. You should not be guiding your child to any sort of unnatural sexuality. I don't agree with that as well. That is molestation. I will say that. I know J.I. doesn't agree, and then J.I. even saying a lot of questionable things, my nigga. Man, I still fuck with you, but I don't know where your head at, but so everything else, man. Just thanks for having me on, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
All right, appreciate
Subscribe
it.
Subscribe to the channel, shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, nigga, come in here hitting one of the hands, goddammit. Hit one of the hands, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers be selfish with it. I appreciate all the bread. Y'all niggas give me the more bread, man. Y'all give me likes, man. Goddamn. But all in all, man, listen. We got a new participant here, brother J.I., man. J.I. being the ultimate devil's advocate and the ultimate Mr. Contrarian or what have you. He has some interesting views, man, but I look forward to his input, and his countering of things. But ultimately, man, all bullshit aside, most importantly, bro, I keep telling y'all, bro, they after your sons, man. All right, if you can't see it, you sleep or you're blind. They're after your son, bro. All right, they're after your sons, and you got to be careful in this thing. And when you see people like Dwayne Wade come up and literally like pretty much sacrifice their sons to a movement and make their sons the figurehead, the mascot for things like this, bro. Kids are encouraged by kids. Okay, y'all understand how hard it is, and I have to tell my 8-year-old. How many times a day I have to tell my 8-year-old that they not your friends? You know how many friends my 8-year-old got? Every kid he sees is his friend. Okay, and as children, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to. You have that innocence, that feeling of nobody's gonna do me wrong, and all of that shit, right? But as a parent, it's your job, and I have to tell them, man, them not your friends, and a lot of these people are stupid. Okay, and it's our jobs, especially as fathers, to protect our sons and put our sons on as much knowledge as possible, man, to help them from the pitfalls of life. Because again, the American black man has an experience like none other on the planet. Okay, so oh yeah, and bro, I thought y'all was just bullshitting because it was somebody on here called Pop Smoke and Ghost, but yeah, the rapper Pop Smoke. Listen, man, listen, buddy. They say he was born in 1990, and he just died. He made it. He didn't make it to 21. He's a statistic. He was just on the come up for one of these rap dudes. I just saw him the other night or whatnot. On one of these like buying shoes things or something, or one of the rap lyrics things. But by all means, man, it's our job, bro, to put our sons, bro, in the best possible and the strongest possible position, because the man is going to carry the race, the demographic, the group, the whatever. The man, that's the man's job. And if you have and you break the will of the men and you leave it to the women, then what do you have? I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. I know we get a little tinfoil hatchish, and we a little some of these things sound a little outlandish or sound far-fetched, but it's all there, man. You do enough research for this stuff and you can see it yourself. Oh, and I'll put this in the thing so I didn't share it. Here's the thing for I'll put it in the chat. Here's the thing for them performing like a live porn thing, a live porn scene in a library, bro. Porn scene performing in the library during working hours. Oohs and ahs and liquids and bodily fluids everywhere, all over the hardbacks, all over the paperbacks, all over the fucking the headphones you can rent, the free headphones. Okay, be careful. Y'all wonder how the damn coronavirus is spreading. Y'all better take some Lysol wipes to your local damn to your local library, goddammit. And if y'all haven't noticed, man, these libraries are becoming one of the main stages of fucking social engineering too. All this shit that went on in Texas when they had the drag story time, this drag story time thing, bro. That shit is state and county sponsored, bro. State and county sponsored. And when the parents tried to fight it and to get it not to happen, the state pretty much said, no, we're not going to give you the information to these people. And the parents in Texas had to do their own research and discover that it was a fucking child pedophile, bro, that they were allowing to not only read to the children, but have physical contact with children, a man dressed in drag. So this ain't just people, what's the name, bro? This is the fucking the state and the government showing their hands that they really want to push this, and they want your sons, they want your kids. If you can emasculate the American black man, you can emasculate anybody on the planet. If you can make the American black man, alternative lifestyle, you can make any man on the planet that way. All right. And we know that that's the ultimate form of you'll never have that respect, bro. You can have as many bodies under your belt as you want to, but motherfuckers find out you took that one dick, nigga, you's a bitch. All right. Whether it's one dick a day or 10 dicks a day, you take that dick and they can prove it, no one's ever gonna take your masculinity serious. All right, no matter whatever comes after that. But I'm not gonna belabor this thing too long, man. I appreciate all the support as always, bro. Always. Yep. That's another thing too, Kevin Richards. They tried this shit over in the UK, and the motherfucking Arabs told them motherfuckers, look, bitch, we'll pull every last one of our kids out of this motherfucker and start our own shit. All right? Don't play. And we have to, especially in the land of the fucking free, home of the brave, people where the people are supposed to control this shit more than anywhere else in the world, fight back and say, no, we're not going to have this shit. Okay? So all in all, man, I appreciate y'all as always, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla.